December 28th, 2025. Welcome you to the show. I'm Gabby Affair. You can find me on X, also known as Twitter, at Gabby Milito7. This is your place for everything European football mixed with the 2025 AFCON. So the last 1 hour will be dedicated to all the updates, all the juice, the previews, the reviews, the teams heading home, the teams that have qualified to the next stage of the 2025 AFCON. We dedicate the last 1 hour to the AFCON talk. In the first 2 hours, for all the updates in the European world, the English Premier League is in action, the Serie A is also in action. The rest of the leagues are actually on break. We'll return somewhere early January, let's say from January 10 onwards. So that's the Spanish La Liga, the German Bundesliga, the French Ligue 1. So it's just the PL and the Serie A that have some games ongoing. You can join the conversation as always on 0539 986 996 0539 986 996. Let me take the numbers again. 0539 986 996. Today is the last Sunday of the year. Did you go to church? Were you home sleeping? Were you at church? And today also happens to be the last show. That's the Republic of Football for 2025. There's more football talk for you in 2026. And also catch us every Monday to Friday for Inside AFCON 2025. 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is the place for all the AFCON talk. Nigeria are through to the round of 16. We'll get into that a bit later. Got Sedin Ahmed Morning studio with me and Kwabna Mafo. Coach Christopher Nimley will join us, and then Yao Jamie as well. But welcome to the show. Let me welcome my guys for today's conversation. Sedi rocking his Fulham jersey.
I like the way you said his, because the Fulham supporters are in Ghana.
Are you keep throwing dust into our eyes?
No, you see, when your team
Fulham supporters are saying,
"Oh, Charlie, Craven Cottage, Papa."
I beg you.
We are still redeveloping the place.
Redeveloping.
Yeah, Craven Cottage in Fulham. Yeah,
you've ditched Chelsea.
Do I have a Chelsea card? Have you seen me wear a Chelsea outfit before?
Hey, boys.
No, it's just a simple question. I'm not throwing dust into anyone's
eyes. You have
eyes.
ditched Chelsea.
Have you seen me wear a Chelsea shirt before? Just a simple question.
Yes.
When?
Last year.
You see, there's no evidence to that. So okay. I don't know how you guys came by the assertion that I support Chelsea.
Let's end it here. Come now, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Did you go to church?
Yes, I went to church.
The way you're excited today,
Charlie,
where's the energy coming from?
Oh, Charlie, last Sunday.
Yesterday you lost too.
It's disappointing.
No, last Sunday of the year, and we have to thank God for how far He has brought us.
Hey.
Yeah, God is the greatest.
Always the greatest.
Yes.
Hey,
God is always the greatest.
Yes.
When they lose, the sliders,
when they win, to plenty talk.
We'll get to the issue.
Which issue?
All right, so welcome to the show. Our guys on YouTube, I've seen your messages already. Sweet Kwame, Ken Mark, there's J Kex also texting into the show. Let me just run you through the games for today, right? In the English Premier League, and then we'll get talking. Today is just 2 games for the PL. Just 2 games happening as we speak. There's Sunderland taking on Leeds United at the Stadium of Light. As 10 minutes played, goalless between the two sides. Later, 4:30 p.m., Crystal Palace will be taking on Spurs. Thomas Frank is under so much pressure. So Sunderland are taking on Leeds as we speak. In the Italian Serie A, there's some more games for you today. AC Milan early on today beat Verona by 3-0. Cremonese are currently taking on Napoli. It's goalless. Then Bologna are also taking on they will take on Sassuolo at 5 p.m. Atalanta, they are in action against Inter Milan at 7:45. That's the biggest game for today in the Italian Serie A. Just in case you're wondering, let me just run you through the standings for the Italian Serie A, right? Just in case you've not been following, and then we'll come back to the PL and then begin the conversation. For the Italian Serie A, AC Milan, new league leaders, 35 points after the win today. It's 4 wins and 1 draw for AC Milan. Inter Milan are second. They have a game later today against Atalanta. If they win, they take back their position. It's just a similar title race conversation with the PL, right? So the PL, Arsenal, no, I'm talking about the points gap. Yeah, the points gap. I know what you mean. Napoli are third. They are currently taking on Cremonese, 32 points. And then Juventus are fourth. There. So that's it with the Italian Serie A. Let's get back to the PL. And let me just run you through the top 4 of the English Premier League, and then we'll come and start talking about the ongoing game between Sunderland versus Leeds United. Yeah, so the standings in the PL after 18 games, Arsenal top of the Christmas tree with 42 points. Manchester City are second, 40 points. Aston Villa are third with 39 points. And then Liverpool, Liverpool are fourth with 32 points. But Liverpool were somewhere around 13 and 42.
Liverpool were actually getting a lot of draws.
Yeah.
And
mixed with some wins.
No, draws?
Yeah.
Liverpool have just one draw.
I saw the graph.
no, but you see,
Liverpool have just one draw.
it was 2 draws, and so I saw the graphics after yesterday's win. It was 2 draws and 3 wins.
Yes.
yeah.
In the last 5 games. That's
Okay.
where they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in between that time, a lot of teams above them
I've
have
also dropped points.
yeah,
Yes.
they have decided
Yeah.
to go to sleep.
Speaking of teams dropping points and sleeping on the job, Chelsea are fifth, 29 points.
They are not serious.
They are not serious, eh?
Look,
not
he has been
serious.
reading the
But
table
I'm updating
for
the
the
table,
entire.
so
Why are
did
you say?
They are not serious.
Okay,
Oh,
you just
Charlie.
hold on for me. United, sixth, 29 points, so tied with Chelsea.
Or say United.
And then Sunderland, who are currently playing, 28 points after 18 games in the PL this season. Yeah. So the table is looking really good, right? The table is looking really good. Arsenal top of the table, top of the Christmas tree, 42 points. Just head to YouTube. There's the table there for you, so you can also watch what's happening, just in case you're wondering where your team is currently occupying. Let me run you through the goal scorers chart. The goal scorers chart, right? Let's see who is leading. Of course, the Viking, the Norwegian, Erling Haaland, 19 goals, 14 assists for Manchester City. Igor Thiago is it's Rodriguez Thiago rather. He plays for Brentford with 11 goals, 1 assist. Same name, right? Antoine Semenyo yesterday grabbed his 9th goal. He plays for Bournemouth. He has 9 goals and 3 assists. And then Hugo Ekitike, he plays for Liverpool, 8 goals, 2 assists. Morgan Rogers of Aston Villa has 7 goals, 3 assists. Phil Foden, Manchester City, 7 goals, 2 assists. Nick Voltemada, Newcastle, 7 goals, 1 assist. That's City's man. And so on and so on. You have Dominic Calvert-Lewin in there, John Felipe Mateta, Danny Welbeck, João Pedro, Brian Mbeumo, Kevin Shade, all are in there up until those who have scored just 1 goal. Yeah, so that's how the goal scorers chart is looking like. Let's get back to the game that is happening as we speak. Sunderland taking on Leeds United. Sunderland this season have not lost at the Stadium of Light. It's 5 wins, 3 draws for Regis Lebris, their head coach. Leeds United themselves have slightly turned the corner in the last couple of games. I saw the stats too. I think it was about 2 wins and 2 draws, or 2 wins and 1 draw. So that's why they are where they are. Sadie, let's talk about Sunderland missing 6 key players to the AFCON tournament. Noah Sadiki, Bertrand Traore. There's this chap who plays for Morocco, and a few other players. But I think this will be the first or the second game they have to do without these African players. Let me try and pull out the rest of the other players who have left to the AFCON. There are 6 players. Reinaldo, who plays for Mozambique, whose team is currently winning. I mentioned Bertrand Traore. So there's Habib Diarra for Senegal. So Reinaldo for Mozambique. Arthur Masaku, DR Congo. Noah Sadiki, DR Congo. Taubi, that's the guy. James Dean for Morocco, and then Bertrand Traore for Burkina Faso. Sadi, just quick thoughts on the job Regis Lebris has done with Sunderland. A few big wins here and there. Chelsea in there. Arsenal, I think they played a 2-2 draw. Or Arsenal came back to win. No, it was a 2-2 draw. Yeah. And the idea or the rationale of going for the African players, I think, has paid off for Sunderland.
Well, good afternoon to everybody doing the listening and also watching across the globe. But to your question, I would say that more like they wanted some profile or drive to go for the Africans. That's where I would like to start from. That there was a profile that they were looking for, and then they found it.
And then they found those African players.
Exactly.
So it's not like the target was to get African players.
No,
the team.
no.
That's some good education.
It was some profiles that they wanted. They found it in African players. Went out and spent well.
Oh, okay.
Now they are one of the teams that actually spent a lot during the summer, coming into the league from the championship, looking at what they have done there and what they accomplished there. Now, coming into the league, you need to actually establish your presence. In the past couple of seasons, all the teams that come, majority, if not all, have already gone back to the championship, and some of them are already back in League One. That's how difficult the EPL can get. Now, for them, so far this season, they have proven that they actually have bought right. They've purchased right players to suit the league and also just mix it up with the big boys. Now, you look at Adingra, for example. He was not getting playing time at Brighton and Hove Albion. And anytime he got the opportunity as well, it is one thing or the other. And we kept on giving him the chances, but Brighton were not going to give him so much more room to grow. So he jumped ship. Now, Sadiki moved on. Even look at the kind of players they let go from their championship side that played last season. And they are in the league now and they are performing this well.
But with Simon Adingra, even at Sunderland, he's still not getting playing time until the players who had left for AFCON. That is when he's getting playing time.
Yeah, but you see, that's what the AFCON presents. The AFCON presents you the opportunity to show your depth and also show that you can move players along and move them away from your club and still be good.
Okay.
That is where the likes of, aside Sunderland, there are other teams in the EPL that are trying to make a case that without their key African players, they can still get the wins on.
Yeah, they can still thrive.
Exactly. So it's a mixed bag. Okay. In as much as players have to leave before you play, it's your opportunity to shine. And we have a couple of our own brothers who are in such situation. Therefore, they did not come for 30 December. I'm not going to mention anybody's name. Now, back to Sunderland. For me, Sunderland have really impressed me. Letting go of the likes of Joe Bellingham, who was being touted as the next big thing. They sold him to Dortmund, and he's cooling on the bench in Dortmund.
They really cashed out on him.
Yeah, big time. They cash out on a player that the time his team needs him to be playing, he's in Madrid watching his brother. That is the kind of player they cashed out on. They moved along also our very own Salis. So they just moved a couple of players.
But even with him, how many games did he play?
But he even went there on loan.
Yeah,
No, he went there on loan. They could have made it permanent because the person
he
he was.
didn't even
But he
play.
didn't even play a lot of
play
games
10
even at Sunderland.
Why did
Yes.
he not play a lot of games?
Because he wasn't
he
performing
wasn't
more.
good enough.
Is
wasn't
it he
performing
wasn't good? So yeah, hold
And he
on.
was
No,
dealing with
no, no.
injuries as well.
Yes.
So you tell me he's dealing with injuries, and you tell me that the position or the person he
No,
was
the dip in
competing.
form. The dip in form started happening at his parents' club
Lens.
Yeah.
in Lens.
Oh,
Yeah, when was it?
that's
So at
that's
the tail,
true.
at the tail, and after that one season one that he gave us,
Yeah.
and then the second season where everybody thought that we've got our new
We arrived.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the dip in form started at that season, and then they loaned him to
Yeah.
Sunderland, and then it became worse.
No, you see,
And then the injuries still happened.
in as much as it became,
In fact,
I would not agree it became worse.
had an it came to when he came to the Black Stars, he
Yeah.
suffered the same fate over there too.
Yeah, but I would not say the dip in form has. I just feel he has lost confidence. You understand? I feel he has lost confidence because for a player to leave a team and then all of a sudden the two teams you have just left are outperforming themselves, your confidence will drop. You would ask yourself all sorts of questions. I don't know why you're doing this, Gabby. I just don't know.
Please
Why.
make your points.
I just don't know why
So
you're
I
doing
can't
it.
laugh again.
No. But he left long.
Okay.
How are Long performing? No, Gabby, tell me. Where
How
are
is-
Long?
How is what?
Long
Okay,
sits,
okay,
they
okay.
sit
Oh, you mean
top. They sit top of the
Yeah.
French league.
Yes.
Even ahead of Paris
The goal.
Saint-Germain.
What a goal.
Oh Lord.
What is it? 3-3?
No,
Or
4-2.
4-2.
against Gabon. Okay.
Charlie, yeah.
What
Sorry,
a goal.
listeners. We had to just chip in that
Oh,
update
God.
from the AFCON.
Look.
So it's Mozambique 4.
No, so
Oh, it's been chopped
But-
off. Okay, so
Yeah,
it's
even
the
a goal.
goal is being checked.
No, at this point in time.
But
see,
Mozambique have added a fourth goal against Gabon.
Gabon have no business.
Look, even
in
the
being
third,
in
the third best
competition.
place teams, they are not even.
No, I don't want them to
They're
waste
even
that
bottom.
slot.
Let's hold on to the AFCON conversation. Let's take
Now,
with Sunderland.
sticking with Sunderland,
Yeah.
I feel Sunderland bought well. They bought what they needed. They did not go on those kind of expensive buying spree where you are buying players you actually do not need in your team.
Mm-hmm.
And this season, at least so far, what they are doing is just left with a couple of.
he was just trying to throw shot on some team.
What have I done?
The,
again?
You allow me to make
the
this
London
point.
Blues.
No, I'm referring to. Unfortunately, I'm referring to the likes of Luton Town and the likes. No, I'm talking about newly promoted sides. I don't know why.
Please proceed, Sedi.
Thank you very much. Now, they bought well, and they have bought players they need to stay in the league. So far, it's working out. Just a couple more points, and then their position in the league for next season is assured. I feel when they cross the 33 point mark, their position in the league next season will be secured.
Do you think Regis Lebray should target getting this team to Europe next season?
I think that's far-reaching. They
Because
currently have
the team keeps lurking around the spot for Conference League.
no.
So it's more like 6th, 7th. I think they've even occupied 5th before.
Yeah,
Even
So-
second.
they've gone as far
Second,
as second.
Yeah. So, but it looks like per the way they are playing, and if they continue getting good results, they probably might end up playing Conference League or the qualification playoffs. Should
For
he
me,
target that, or you
no.
think he should just get a team in top 10 and the next season we can build on that performance?
Don't even target top 10. Yes,
what should
your
be the
target,
target?
should be
Surviving.
staying in the league.
But top 10
Stay-
will be surviving too.
Obviously, to be surviving, but it would then put a lot of pressure on yourself. You,
Okay.
you get top 10 this season. Next season, people are expecting you to start pushing for Europe.
That's true.
And that has been the undoing of a couple of teams that come into the league fresh and then want to punch above their weight. We've seen it happen to them. Leicester City, unfortunately, have bitten that particular bag as well. So when you come into this EPL, the way we know it and the way we understand it, as much as possible, the big boys are playing their games. Try and mix it up with them. Be in the conversation. Constantly be in the conversation. And then move it along. Wolves were constantly knocking on the door of relegation. They've been trying it for the past 3 to 4 seasons. This season, they are destined to go down. At this point in time, they are destined to go down. So for Sunderland, their goal is to stay afloat in the league. Staying afloat.
So staying afloat is what? Finishing what?
Finishing what? Between 8 and 12 should be their target.
Between 8
and 12.
And 12.
Reason being, no. For me, that's my target for them. Because the likes of West Ham are in the league. The likes of Leeds, who decide what to do. Daniel Farke decides whatever he wants to do with his team. He switched something and it seems to be working. When it stops working, we'll see how long it takes him to switch again. That's going to be another period of time. Now, there are those, and then there is Wolverhampton Wanderers. They are also in the league. They have already secured one spot going down. They are not fighting anybody with that particular one.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yep.
There are teams that are way terrible, still finding their feet below them. And unfortunately, Tottenham Hotspur is also one of them. There's even Nottingham Forest, who just, at this point in time, want to stay in the league.
Okay.
So there are a couple of teams who are worse off than them. Hence, that spot between the 8th position and then the 12th position will be terrible if they miss out on it.
Okay. Right, to add context to Sadi's statement, submissions, let me just run you through the starting 11 for both teams. Sunderland taking on Leeds, 90 minutes played. 26 minutes played at the City Ground. At the Stadium of Light. Why do I keep saying City Ground? City Ground is for Forest. Sorry, please. Okay, let me run you through the starting 11. And let me start off with Sunderland. Okay. Let me start off with Sunderland. Rose is starting in post. There's a back four of Sekin, Alderete, Mukele, and Hume. A midfield two of Granit Xhaka. There's Gichuda. And Simon Adingra starting Leafy, Reg, and Brian Brobe leading the attack for the Black Cat. On the part of Leeds, their manager is Daniel Farke, Lucas Perry, a back three of Rodon, Bijou, strike, and midfield five of Bogley, Aaron Sen, Ethan Ampedu. There's Starch and Goodmonson also there, and the front two of Dominic Calvert-Lewin and also Noah Okafor for Leeds United. Let me bring you into that conversation. Let's talk about Leeds United and Daniel Farke, what he's doing with the club. You think they can survive this season?
With Leeds United,
they are 16 now.
As
they win today, and they probably would be tied with Newcastle United. I mean, depending on the goals they score. All right, so there's a goal from
Adingra.
The Ivorian, who is now at the AFCON, delivering the goodies for Sunderland. Simon Adingra with the first goal for Sunderland there. I mean, so clearly has paid off. Not going to the AFCON. An African has contributed to Sunderland's game against Leeds United.
Okay, so with Leeds, it's very difficult. You see, when Sedi was talking, he made a statement about Leeds United. Daniel Farke just doing this way. He's on and off. You don't know when Leeds are going to show up, and that is so bad from him, because when it comes to the past 4 or 5 games, he has done so well.
Yeah.
That is when he was able to beat Chelsea and also able to pick a draw.
Come now, just hold on. Did you see the pass from Granit Xhaka?
Yeah.
Sweet. Look at that pass. It's a no-look pass.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Huh.
Beautiful. It looks like a cutback.
Adingra just kills the ball at the far.
Oh,
Charlie, that's sweet from Simon.
Very good goal.
That's a very good goal from Simon Adingra. So it's Sunderland 1, Leeds United 0, 28 minutes played.
So with Leeds United, I just feel like they have to just be putting up a good show. The way they are able to play when they are playing some of the big teams, able to show up when they were playing against Chelsea, able to show up when they were playing against Liverpool. Someone would say when they met Liverpool weren't really on form, but they were still able to hold them and play a 3-3 draw. So when they play the likes of the Sunderland and the other small teams, they have to just put up a very good performance, because in the English Premier League, there's one thing: if you don't put up a good performance against the smaller teams, that is when you go down. And there's one key thing that as clubs they have to do is to take your home games very serious when you're playing the English Premier League. When you go to Sunderland like this, they are making sure they know away is very difficult. If they are lucky to pick 3 points, like the way they did against Chelsea, fine, they'll do that.
Yeah.
If they're able to pick 1 point, fine, they'll take it. But they have to make sure their home games, they are able to do very well. They don't have to lose. You have to win more games than draws. So if you're able to win more games at home, that will just help you just stay in the league. Because you don't have to be like what last season the other teams did. All the 3 teams that came to the Premiership, all of them went back to Championship last season. And that wasn't so nice from them. So this season, the likes of Leeds United, fine, this is a game that is going to be difficult. You playing against Sunderland and you being down, it's going to be very difficult. But when you're playing your home games, you don't have to take it like anything else. You have to take it very serious to be able to win these games. Because if you don't do that, that is when it piles a lot of pressure on you. Right now, as we are talking about Wolverhampton Wanderers like this, they are already gone. Because they didn't take their home games very serious.
2 points there. What are you doing with 2 points?
They're already gone. They didn't take their home games very serious. So if you're able to take your home games very serious and go away and pick up at least 1 point, if you're lucky to pick 3 points, you pick it. If you're able to pick 1 point, you just pick it. So you just add it up to your points that you have. At this point of the season, we've played almost half of the game so far, and as time is going on, when we get to match week 25, match week 26, and when you check the league table, maybe you're on 16, 15, that is when pressure starts to pause. And that is not good as a team. You just need to make sure you get your points, you get your number of points. I always say in the Premiership, if we are able to get at least 40 points,
you are safe.
You are safe. So if you're able to get
43,
yes, you are safe. You'll be
39, or you'll be good.
No, 33.
33.
There are seasons where it has dropped below that. At the rate at which some teams are going in this EPL, I think this season it might be even a bit lower. Because a couple of seasons it's been 33, between 33 and 35.
Because for the red zone, the teams who would be going, Wolves have taken that one spot already, so 2 more spots.
But that's very shocking, because I remember previously in the Premier League, when you want to survive, at least 40 points.
Yeah,
that was when it was close.
So it's dependent on the so the points build up.
Yeah.
Yes.
From the teams above or the teams whatever.
Yeah.
So
Leeds United really have to take things very serious, because if they don't do that, it's going to put a lot of pressure on them, and they might just go back to Championship. Okay,
so Leeds United currently losing to Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. It's Granit Xhaka with an assist, a superb finish from Simon Adingra. Well, for Granit Xhaka, he's actually making his 243rd Premier League appearance. Now the joint most of any Swiss player in the competitions. Henshaws. Let me bring you out in on Granit. I don't know if we were part of the people who actually questioned Sunderland's decision to go for him. I saw a few commentaries when Sunderland were going to sign, like, oh, he's grown, and all of that. I mean, from Bayer Leverkusen, especially what he did with Arsenal, people were not too impressed with that signing. But what were your thoughts, and what do you think? Do you think he's passed the test so far, given his experience?
Oh yeah, he's definitely passed the test, and I think it was a good signing that Sunderland made. I didn't expect this kind of production from him at this stage of the league. Yeah, and at his age, I didn't expect this very strong start to the season from Granit Xhaka. I expected him to produce at a solid rate and not at a brilliant rate as he's been able to do so far, and so I'm a bit blown away by his performance and his production this season. Okay. There was a point in time earlier in the season where the players with who had covered the most distance in the EPL, it was Granit Xhaka and Noah Sadiki. And for me, that was quite shocking to have Granit Xhaka being able to put in the hard miles in the Premier League at this stage in his career, at the age that he is, well over 33 years old, and the fact that it wasn't a continuous flow. He had to take a break. He had to move to the German Bundesliga for, I believe, 3 years before coming back to the Premier League. If it was just a straightforward transition, that let's say he moved from Arsenal and he immediately joined Sunderland, I would expect this kind of production, as in terms of he being able to cover long distance and being able to cover large portions or stretches of the field consistently for Sunderland. But the fact that he moved over to the German league and played there for a while, and he having to come back into this very quick tempo, up tempo style that's in the Premier League, and he being able to just fit in like he never left. That for me has blown me away. And once you're able to keep up with the pace and the physical demands of the Premier League, and you have quality, the quality will eventually show, and you'll be able to thrive. And he has been a very important player for Sunderland. And looking at how he's been able to start his career at Sunderland, I can make a strong argument that it has directly affected in a positive way the strong start of Sunderland to this particular season. No one expected them to be able to rank this high in the Premier League after so many years out of the Premier League, and they coming back into the Premier League, having to go through the playoffs and all that drama. No one expected them to be able to do so well, at least at this point in the season. And looking at how Granit Xhaka has taken to the Premier League again this time around, I think that has really had a positive impact on the way Sunderland have performed in this season. And it's just a good balance. He playing with Noah Sadiki. Like I mentioned, Xhaka has impressed with his ability to keep up with the physicality of the Premier League, but Noah Sadiki's ability to really track runners of the ball, being able to put in the hard miles, and that's really helped Granit Xhaka in terms of he being able to get back into the flow of things in the Premier League, and he being able to thrive. And so those guys have really done so well for themselves. And Granit Xhaka, once the experience is there, the quality is there. It was just the question mark on would he be able to
fit in,
to adapt to the Premier League again, and would he be able to fit in terms of the deal with the physical demands. And once he answered that call, we are seeing the results right now.
Right, so that's Granit Xhaka. He did 297 appearances for Arsenal, scoring 23 goals. So that's between July 2016 to July 2023. Then left to Leverkusen, did 99 appearances, 6 goals. Sunderland now is 17 appearances. He has 1 goal this season for the Black Cats. So experience is 34 years, 33. Wearing the jersey number 34 rather for Sunderland. Sedi, you want to have a bite on Xhaka?
Well, for me, he's a player that I like. Y'all said.
Would you want to have him in your team, Fulham?
Currently at Fulham, we can't compare him to Sasa Lucic. And why are you guys doing this?
So you pick Sasa Lucic over Granit
No, I'm
Xhaka.
saying we can't compare him, but as at
Oh,
now,
okay, you can't.
we
compare
can't.
him. Okay.
His experience in the EPL and what he's able to do in the EPL is more than what. Why are you guys?
Are they for you? Please proceed with your point.
No, do you know what's so surprising?
No.
The past 3 to 4 months, he said he has 2 teams. So West Ham.
There's a message here for you.
West Ham
Asking. Okay, you are already late. I'll look for things.
yeah. Why are they doing this to me?
I'll read it because of the jerseys you've been wearing.
No, but
And when you come today, you are this. Tomorrow, you are that. So you finish on the Xhaka conversation.
So, like I was saying, Granit Xhaka has brought some solidity, a lot of solidity to this particular Sunderland team. They were looking for someone with the Premier League experience who could actually impact the team. And just at the same point that Leverkusen were trying to look for their future without Xhaka, Sunderland strolled in and were able to get the deal done. And how quickly they even got the deal done, they got the deal over the line, showed a lot of intent for me. And So far,
they really wanted to survive this season.
exactly, and so far he has been the lifeline in their midfield, driving them on. It's not often you find a player walk into a team and then from the very get-go he's the captain. It means a lot. It just shows the amount of faith that they have placed in him, and so far he's delivering on that particular mandate to help them stay in the league. For me, I don't want to go that route, touch road, where we constantly say that I want to see them play without him. No, I don't want to see them play without him. I want to see Sunderland constantly play with Xhaka in the middle and then allowing the strings to go through him and creating opportunities like what he just did that led to the opening goal for them against Leeds. For me, he's been brilliant. I know there are sections of Arsenal supporters who would still go like, yeah, if he were here, nah, we don't want him. There's that argument still going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I see.
I know a lot of people would say that, oh, now I know they'll try and compare Zub with Zubi.
Is that Zubi Mendy?
Yeah, Zub.
That's how you call him.
Zubi Doo, where are you? Yeah. So Zubi Mendy, they'll say Zubi Mendy is better. Then some would say, what if he was on the bench? Then they'll say, oh, we have Norgard. But you can't compare some of these things. Yeah, Arsenal have moved along.
Mikel Merino in the mode of Xhaka?
No.
Why not?
Mikel Merino is much
more advanced,
more forward leaning.
Oh, you mean super sub number 9?
No, he. I don't want to compare.
I've combined the two magical things he's been doing for Arsenal. That's why I'm super sub, because when he came, he was more like a super sub.
Yeah.
He comes in thrown more advanced, and then he gets the goal for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Then Arteta started using him as
false 9.
Yeah.
I mean, seeing him play
Xhaka is not that level.
No. Xhaka plays a different role on the scheme of things, and he does it brilliantly well.
Okay.
For Moreno, you can compare Moreno possibly not on the same level, but you can see what Arteta wants to do with Moreno. Like he wants him to play like a David Villa kind of thing for him. So please, Xhaka is a Xhaka on his own.
All right, so at the Stadium of Lights, it's still Sunderland 1, Leeds United 0. Granit Xhaka with the assist. Simon Adingra with a superb finish. Give the Black Cats the lead against Leeds United. I'm Gabi Ofe. The Republic of Football is live on 97.3. Live on Channel 1 TV as well. And on YouTube, City Sports GHA. On X at City FM. You can join us by sending your thoughts 053996 053996 At the tail end of the show, we will activate the phone lines, and then you can call us and then also share your thoughts. In the meantime, just leave your thoughts with us via the WhatsApp text line 053996 Let me take you back to yesterday's final game at Stamford Bridge. It was Chelsea losing to Aston Villa by 2-1. So Villa extending their winning streak to 11 games in all competitions. Kobna Mafo, he's got a few words for Enzo Maresca. So I'm about to dedicate the next few minutes to Kobna Mafo, right? Just to say a few things to the head coach, Enzo Maresca. Now, before that, let me just start something for him. Last season, when Chelsea were in a similar position like this, Enzo Maresca's words were that they were not in the title race and all of that, and then they bottled it. This season, he's not said anything. I stand to be corrected, though, at the press conference. That a lot of people hopped on to speak about was that I think en route to the Everton game or after, he said that last 48 hours at the club was one of the worst he had experienced at the club. And I thought that he was targeting the transfer directors in Paul Stanley, Lawrence Stewart, and the higher ups. Yesterday they lost to Aston Villa and they've dropped. If you look at the games Chelsea have played this season, and in those games they have dropped some crucial points. one against Sunderland. There was another one against Brighton, and this against Aston Villa. Now, what do you think has gone wrong for Chelsea? I expected that, for the benefit of hindsight, what they did last season, they should have learnt in this same stage, December, January. Last season, since the turn of December, they failed to win a single game up until, I think, somewhere around February.
Yeah.
Is that about to happen again?
Yesterday's game, it was a game of two halves. Chelsea played, should I say, one of their best first half ever, like in the Premier League this season. They played so well that the one goal wasn't enough. I felt like they could have scored 2-3 goals in that game in the first half, because in the first half it was pressure all from Chelsea, and that was so good from them. The intensity from Chelsea was very good. In the second half was when the problem started. Sometimes we'll direct our blame to coaches, which is also we need to do that. But sometimes we also have to blame the players, because the players are people on the pitch that are supposed to score some chances. And that is shocking that you see some of the players, when they are playing, they are so confused on what to do.
Confused?
Yes. And yesterday we saw that from some of the players.
Who are those?
Oh, Garnacho will get ball. Garnacho needs to move.
Was confused.
Garnacho needs to move forward. Then that is when he has to now draw back, give a back pass, and you don't know what he wants to do. The likes of Neto 2 runs, doesn't like look up, just looking down. If you don't know how to play the football, just tell the Chelsea people and let them bench you.
But I thought Neto has been Chelsea is one of Chelsea's informed players.
He has been, but you see, there are some games that you might not play well, you might play well. So this is a situation that Chelsea were in yesterday, because it was so bad to the extent that Chelsea have lost 11 points already this season from a winning position, and that is
11
so bad.
Points from winning positions,
and that is so bad.
Wow.
And it's not good at all, because now you have 29 points. Aston Villa, who instead has 39 points, 10 points. Hey, you want Aston Villa to lose 4 points before you be able to get to them.
I like how
if you are not ready,
you're just being blunt.
Oh, no, it's true. If you are not ready, let us know, because
he says A.
No, it's very surprising, because I'm surprised because Aston Villa started the season so bad that 4 games they hadn't scored even a goal. But now look at them. Look at how they are playing. They are playing so well that they've even won 11 games. Like, that is so good from Aston Villa. Yesterday it was so good from Aston Villa. They were able to play very well. Unai Emery, one of the brilliant coaches in the English Premier League, able to do good substitutions. They're bringing in, what's the name, Oli Watkins. Yesterday when I saw the lineup and I saw Oli Watkins on the bench, I was like, wow, this is so surprising.
Oli Watkins has struggled this season.
Yes,
he came on from the bench in the 58th minute.
In the 58th minute, and he was able to score 2 goals.
Against Chelsea.
It was so brilliant from him. And some of the Chelsea players, as I was saying, if they are not ready, they should let us know. Now to Maresca.
Who are not ready?
Who and who?
But you've not mentioned names.
So Garnacho didn't play so well yesterday.
So he's not ready.
Yeah. Okay. João Pedro.
He's not ready.
I've always been saying
João Pedro has scored in the last two.
João Pedro is those kind of players that, I don't know how to put it. Menketriana.
Oh, you can just say.
Born in a day.
Oh, okay. What's that supposed to be?
Like, just having the ball, playing the ball, having the ball at feet is
and
what
not making
excites
and not making any good progress.
Why
with the ball,
having to translate for
into born in a day.
João Pedro, like, that's so bad. And like yesterday, we saw it from the Chelsea players. Maresca, fine. Chelsea were struggling, and you look at Chelsea's bench: Gittins, Jamie Gittins, Delap.
Okay.
Delap, there, wherever Chelsea bought him from, they should take him back.
But I thought you were one of the people who
Delap issue.
I thought you were one of the people who actually like the idea of bringing Delap.
I regret saying that thing.
I regret. You know, I remember that
saying that thing.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember so well. I regret saying that thing, because what Delap is doing, Jackson, that's like better, far better. Delap's zone is when he comes on the pitch, he wants to get a yellow card and just make people who are watching him see that he's also in the game. Have had yellow card. Because no, Delap yesterday when he came to the game, did you see any improvement from Delap? Did you see anything from Jamie Gittins? Nothing. You didn't see anything from Jamie Gittins. That is why on Friday I agreed with coach when he was saying Semenyo to Chelsea would have been a better one because when you check,
So he takes the left position.
look at the left position for Chelsea.
I saw a
Jamie
tweet.
Gittins and Alejandro Garnacho.
I saw a tweet that the person said that Gittins is Garnacho and Garnacho is Gittins.
Yeah,
I hope you understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Real recognize real.
Yeah.
Like I always keep saying. But Gittins
Gittins is
the-
Garnacho and Garnacho
is
is
Chelsea's highest assists
Yeah.
with the assist numbers. So if your club is Chelsea and your highest assist numbers are coming
You
from
see, that's why Yao
Gittins,
says that
who
stats,
sits on the bench.
Stats
Most things
always
about
lie.
numbers.
Yes, they always lie.
don't
If you
always-
don't watch,
When you watch Gittins, when you take the assist out of what he
Oh,
whatever
he has
he's
done.
done, are you
see,
impressed with
the,
what you've seen?
The assist is even negligible. See, when you see him play, you ask yourself, how did he come up with the assist that he has on the
yesterday Maresca also did a substitution of Cole Palmer and bringing in who Estevao to play as a 10.
Why you guys have been calling for him?
No, I understand that bit, but Neto shouldn't have played 90 minutes.
Okay.
He could have substituted Neto off for Estevao.
Neto was poor yesterday.
Oh yes, and just play Cole Palmer because when Cole Palmer was out, that was when the goal started just coming in, and it was so bad. Although some would say Cole Palmer wasn't putting in a lot of defensive line from him, but at least Cole Palmer is that player that is able to give a splitting pass or able to dribble that will just get make Chelsea get some set pieces that will be able to make them just score that goal. Sometimes you ask yourself, but Shelley is playing for Chelsea and Samba O'Neill is playing for Asante Kotoko. It's only because of the places where they play for.
No, wait. Charlie, you gone too far.
Oh no, it's true.
But he actually is playing for Chelsea.
Chelsea and Samba O'Neill is playing for Asante Kotoko. You will sit there
So you're saying that O'Neill can play for Chelsea?
oh, what Badia Shelley is doing, O'Neill can do far better than what Badia Shelley is doing.
Hey, come now.
Oh, wait, it's true.
Yo,
Because when you check,
I
when
like
you,
your face. Like,
because when you check very well, you ask yourself, but Badia Shelley, you ask yourself, Chelsea defenders,
But-
you have Badia Shelley, you have Tosin Adarobayo. Oluwa what?
I beg you.
don't mention that one. Just stick to the setting.
Like it's so bad from Chelsea because yesterday a team that fine you are playing Aston Villa who were on form.
But you know, Chelsea have had issues with defenders for like the last 2 seasons.
No,
More, right?
than-
So that is why the coach came to you guys as what's the name? Sporting
Okay,
director.
so I'll say that ever since Thiago
wanted
Silva, that pairing between Thiago, it was Thiago Silva and who?
Levico.
Levi Cole.
Yeah.
That's
No,
where.
that season crowd was not.
It wasn't even too good.
I beg you.
It wasn't even. It was just
No,
Silva who was
I'm only
playing on
saying
the
that.
football.
I'm only saying that.
I can mention
At
the
least that
errors for
season.
you.
Yeah, no, I'm saying at least that season. I don't think it was that bad,
Yes.
but it has gone very bad.
Yeah.
So it's now Chaloba, Tosin, Badiashile, Joshua Champon.
Yeah.
Who again? Who's the other defender?
Levi.
Levi Cole, ACL.
Yeah.
That's what Chelsea fans have.
No, there is Disasi too.
Disasi is playing with the under 23.
So he can be called upon.
Because it's so bad. Chelsea really needs to check what they have to do to really help them. Because sometimes I sit down.
Who would you?
Liverpool started the league so well and lost some games, and we're even sitting here and we're thinking slots.
Liverpool were occupying 12 though.
Now Liverpool is occupying 4th position with 32 points. Chelsea, who people, or I was even saying that, Chelsea are on form, able to beat Barcelona, able to beat this team. Now they have 29 points, the same number of points as Amorim, who has lost in Bruno and other players to AFCON. Look at what United did against Newcastle. They didn't have any star player. Bruno Fernandes or injured, but look at how they were able to push in to just win that game, getting 29 points. And you that is on top form, you also have 29 points. This season, Chelsea have really dropped, because if you compare the point Chelsea had last season, as at this point, to this season, it is so bad. It's so bad. So is Maresca?
Oh, so it means that last season they had more points than this.
Last season, by this time, Chelsea had about 35 points.
And they were second.
They were second.
I see.
Yeah, that's where they were called.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
contenders.
Yeah.
And the surprising thing was,
and
the
Maresca came and said no,
They were not in the
really
title
contenders,
race.
yeah.
last year by this time, Chelsea and Liverpool, who were on top by then, the point difference was just 4. Now Chelsea and Arsenal, what's the point difference?
Charlie.
That is like 13, and that's so bad.
So who do you blame after everything you said?
Maresca players. Some of the players are not serious.
Oh,
It's true. Some of the players are not serious. Some of the players are just not serious. And the sporting director needs to sit down to just know how best they can help Maresca. Although Maresca sometimes has his fault. Because Maresca's fault is when he's
Maresca
playing.
needs help.
Yeah, sometimes. When Maresca is.
But this same manager thinks that he fits into the manager role or job or whatever it is in having a say in player recruitment.
That is it. And he doesn't really have a say in player recruitment. That is really worrying him. Because when you are not really a manager at the club, sometimes it really worries you because of the kind of players that will be given to you. Because you ask yourself, some players that come in for Chelsea, some transfer that come in for Chelsea, you never understand that transfer. So they really need to sit up. It's not a good performance. We have to just be frank with them. Because the game they played against Aston Villa, if they are to play that same games, the next subsequent games, it's not good. It's a bad performance from them. They should really back up.
Let me try and pull Chelsea's next fixtures, lineup of fixtures coming up, and then I'll take.
I think you're playing Bournemouth.
I'll take you. I'll start.
I think there's a Liverpool or Arsenal.
And then we'll see where we
I'm
can.
looking at them.
So maybe starting from January.
No,
there's a
Tuesday.
final game here on 30th.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
On 30th, yeah.
Tuesday.
There's a final game on 30th.
I think
before,
they play Bournemouth.
It's Bournemouth.
Yeah,
They take on Bournemouth. Then they play. Let me see. Yeah, Manchester City on 4th January.
Hey, that's
And then they take on Sedis Fulham.
Yeah.
On the 7th.
That's a proper derby.
Yes, and Fulham to also have it on their back of their mind what Chelsea did to them at Stamford Bridge this season. So it's going to be a very big one.
And then there is they turn their attention to the FA Cup. They take on Charlton Athletic on January 10. Then they take on Arsenal in the EFL Cup January 14 at Stamford Bridge. Then back to the PL, there's Brentford. Back to the Champions League, Paphos. Back to the PL, Crystal Palace. I'm mentioning their fixtures for January, then I'll end there. And then the last two will be one against Napoli, and then the final one will be against West Ham United on January 31.
Those two last games, dear, I don't think that it scares any Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
Or they should not be scared.
Which one? The West Ham
and Napoli?
No, West Ham and Napoli.
It doesn't scare.
Napoli are local champions.
Hey,
Oconte, local champion.
I beg you. My mouth on this one.
Just quick, I don't know what you've seen. What do you think has happened to Maresca and Chelsea? I mean, right from so in the last 5 games they've won just one.
Yeah.
Against Everton. That's it.
Yeah. I think it's a combination of different factors, and the thing is, look, you need to play to the strength of your manager or your coach.
Okay.
Is he a coach or is he a manager? And in the sense that, look, with Enzo Maresca, he needs to be a manager in order to thrive at a club. And so he wants a specific profile of players to be able to play out his system the way he wants to have his team play. And so if you go out there and you don't necessarily get in those kind of players that he wants, that will fit his system, you don't necessarily put him in a position to get the best out of them. And that's how come, yes, they'll win maybe the Conference League, they'll qualify to the Champions League, and yes, they'll end up maybe winning the FIFA World Club.
Yeah, the Club World Cup.
The Club World Cup. But in between, you can sense that there's so much things that he could have done better.
Okay.
So it leaves you wanting for more and asking for more, because he has given you a taste of what this team could be if they are maxed out.
Yeah.
And you get a taste of that with the game they played against PSG in that FIFA Club World Cup final, where the first 60 minutes Chelsea were just unplayable, and it just gives me the idea why sometimes they end up missing out on wins, and they find themselves where they are. Because you look at yesterday's game, for instance, Chelsea should have been up by 3-0 at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
But you look at the profile of their forwards. Are they clinical enough to be able to finish off those chances? They aren't. We know the track record of Joao Pedro. We know the track record of Liam Delap. And if you want to extend it, Nicholas Jackson. And in that sense, you can have a situation where they'll create a lot, but they don't convert a lot. And so you need a prolific striker. You need a striker who is efficient, but at the same time won't compromise that passing phase of the Chelsea game. And that's where Maresca needs to be a manager and not just a head coach, so that he can go out there and get a player who fits that bill.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, at Chelsea, it doesn't work like that. You need to be the head coach. It is other guys who have been tasked to bring in players for you to work with. And so in that sense, Maresca needs a little bit of proper support.
Okay.
In that sense, because if you have Nicholas Jackson, you loan him out, and you bring in Liam Delap,
Yeah.
you bring in Joao Pedro, you haven't necessarily upskilled on that front.
Okay.
You haven't upskilled.
It's just like for like replacement.
Oh, yeah, pretty
More
much.
Like, yeah.
Pretty much. You haven't stepped
And then that
up.
whole episode of calling back
Nicola, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So you haven't necessarily upgraded. Okay. So you need a situation where, so in that sense, you can't blame the coach because his hands are pretty much tied.
Yeah.
So yes, one part of the blame goes to the management. They need to be able to recruit better and not necessarily just swap in and swap out players and not have a substantial improvement in that department. Now, to Maresca, yesterday, after the Aston Villa game, after Aston Villa won, Oli Watkins, in his post-game presser, he said Unai Emery recognized that in the first half, Chelsea were going man for man.
Yeah.
And in that sense, they had an extra centre-back who was always free to progress the ball and to clean up any loose balls defensively. So Chelsea had the upper hand. But in the second half, Unai Emery introduced Oli Watkins. Then he brought on Jadon Sancho. And what that did was that you had three attackers. So Morgan Rogers was on one side.
Yeah. Oli Watkins in the middle.
Jadon Sancho was on the other side. Oli Watkins through the middle. Then he pushed Yuri Tielemans to the number 10 position.
Yeah.
So what that meant was that advantage that Chelsea had in that first half was neutralized.
Yeah.
So that was what Unai Emery did, and it turned the game around.
And Maresca, how did he respond?
Exactly. So Maresca, that move has been made.
Yeah.
And clearly, you are losing the battle because all of a sudden the tide changed.
Yeah.
The tide changed. So Maresca, how do you react? So that's where the blame also goes to Maresca. He didn't react well enough. And so for me, it cuts across. The players have their bits of responsibility that they have to step up to. The coach has his own bit, and the management also have their own bit, especially with the way they recruit. If you have a team that creates chances with Cole Palmer, you have Pedro Neto on one side, you have Enzo Fernandez in there. Moises Caicedo these days has stepped up with his production when it comes to creativity. You need to be able to ensure that if you are swapping out or you are letting Nicholas Jackson go, you already have Joao Pedro in there. You don't need to go bring in a Liam Delap. You need to go bring in a Victor Osimhen. Because, yes, you can't get Harry Kane. You can't get Robert Lewandowski. You can't get an Erling Haaland. Get someone who is closest to these guys or even at par with these guys. Bring in a Victor Osimhen. At the end of the day, you can't. It's not like you don't have the money. You have the money. You can foot the bill of Victor Osimhen and meet his demand. So why on earth would you allow such a talent to go to Galatasaray? And that's my issue with the whole Chelsea project.
Yeah.
And that's why when we were discussing this issue about Semenyo on Sports Panorama.
Yeah.
I said I don't want him there.
Yeah,
Because at the end
the
of
project
the
will
day,
mess him up.
the project is messy.
Yeah.
It's haphazard.
Yeah.
Like just building and picking this one, dropping that one, picking this one, dropping that one. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's not streamlined. It's not structured well enough. And so in that sense, if you put a player who is tricky, like Antoine Semenyo, in such a project, you end up messing him up, because he will have a stretch where he goes 10 games, he scores like 8 goals or 7 goals, provides like 4 assists. Then you have another stretch where he goes like 10 games, he doesn't even score a goal in that sense. And so if you put him in such a haphazard, non-structured system, you worsen his level of inconsistency.
Yeah, was used haphazard,
So
and he has added non-structured again. He's like,
yeah,
at the end there.
no, but is it structured?
There was Messi,
No,
and then
but is it structured? No, to you,
No,
is
it's
it
not,
structured?
it's not.
Because
No,
how on earth?
I'm not saying I don't agree. I really agree.
Yeah,
with
because
what
how on earth do you go and buy Enciso from Brighton and Hove Albion?
Yeah,
You take him to Strasbourg.
yeah.
Then
Benanote.
Buonanotte.
you have
I've even
Buonanotte in
forgotten
there.
about him.
He's on
Yeah,
the bench.
you have Buonanotte in there. You have Buonanotte in there. And on top of that, as your
Now he plays
wing-
Carabao Cup.
wing
and then,
forwards or
FA Cup.
as your wingers, wing forwards, you have Jamie Gittins.
Yeah.
And you go ahead to go and sign Alejandro Garnacho. I don't get it. You are bringing in the numbers, but you are not necessarily improving on the quality. That's the whole Chelsea project. That's where
So more like you're signing
is.
just average players, hoping
No,
that
I would say they are average players.
But what?
But you are signing more or less players that don't move the needle.
Okay.
And at this point in time, you need to move the needle. And that's why in competitions, tournament competitions, they will do well. They will win the Conference League. They will win the FIFA Club World Cup. But when it's back-to-back consistently across a long period of time,
You won't get
like
that
a
consistency,
league,
yeah.
like a league format, you won't get that consistency enough for them to be able to play their way up to the level of talent or collection of talent that they have in that particular team.
Okay.
That's the whole bit about this whole Chelsea project, and that's why, though they've achieved some things. Yes, they've achieved some things, like I mentioned, Conference League, Club World Cup, and all. But per the amount of money that they spent, per the logistics that they put in place or invested in this team, they should be achieving way more than they have done so far.
Okay.
And when you lose games like the one they did against Aston Villa yesterday, you can clearly tell that it goes beyond management problem or management issue. The players have to take blame, and the coach also has to take blame.
Okay. I'll take some messages and then we'll go for a quick break. When we come back, I'll run you through the scores from the other league centers, take you to the Italian Serie A, bring you back to the PO. Sunderland are currently taking on Leeds United. It's Sunderland 1, Leeds United 0 at the Stadium of Light. I'm Gabi Affair. This is the Republic of Football on 97.3. On TV, it's Channel 1 TV. And then on YouTube, you can find us at City Sports GHA. Let me get to YouTube. Sweet Kwame says, good morning, everyone. Kane Mag says, I'm happy Chelsea lost yesterday. Sweet Kwame says, Sedi, don't start. Sedi buys too many jerseys because of agenda. Okay, so there's an update from the Stadium of Light. Leeds United have equalized in the 47th minute. I'll get you the goal scorer. Calvert-Lewin, right? Yeah. Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Another top player
was
this season.
the equalizer for
top player this season.
Leeds
I
United.
said
The
this
player
season.
actually started for...
I said this season.
Hold on, we'll get into that argument. It started all the way from the back. That's really composed and a nice build-up. Takes it to the right side. I think it was a cross that came in from... a low cross, just taps it into to give Leeds United that equalizer against Sunderland. So it's 1-0. 47 minutes played at the Stadium of Light. Let me get back to the messages. Yeah, so Sadi is a Real Madrid fan. J Keck saying, reacting to Sweet Kwame, saying that Sadi buys too many jerseys because of agenda. Madrid fans always hide their affiliations. Okay, Ken Mark says Oli Watkins is the owner of Chelsea. Okay, Daniel Amate says forget Sadi. We know him, pa. He's not real. I'm sure the team he supports are not doing well. But why you guys they attack Sadi today? Your name is one way there. J Keck says is coach coming here? Coach will be in. Sweet Kwame says I understand why Unai bench Watkins in the first half to finish their job in the second half. Okay, let me take some more messages. Kofi Safon 8994 says Delap has no business being on the field. He's just a waste. J Keck says these Chelsea fans with a laughing emoji. But if Chelsea could think Axel Disasi is good enough for Barca, why can't they call on him to solve their defensive problems? Okay. Wilson Klopp says Sweet Kwame is always on Sadi's neck with a laughing emoji. Joseph Orlando Yeboah North says pains. Say Chelsea down. They keep dropping with a laughing emoji. Okay. Daniel Lamati says but that Badiashile guy, he should I can't say this. Don't be denigrating people's personality like that. We beg you. If you don't like the footballer, he's not that good enough. Let me saying things like what you said. I beg. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, there's more football talk. Just like I said, we'll activate the phone lines at the tail end of the show. Then the last 1 hour would be dedicated to the 2025 AFCON. Equatorial Guinea are currently taking on Kwesi PS Sudan. There are some more 2 games happening later. I'm Gabi Ofe. We will be back after this break. the break. This is the Republic of Football. I'm Gabi Ofe. In studio with Yao Ejeminta, Governor Mafo, and Sedina Edmond. You're live on Channel 1 TV as well, and also on YouTube, City Sports GHA. On X, you can find us CTFM. You can also send in your thoughts and join the conversation through this number 053996 996 0539 986 996. Let me update you from the other league centers, bring you some more updates, and then at 4 p.m. we'll switch to the AFCON update right on the Republic of Football. Sunderland playing a 1-0 draw with Leeds United. In the Italian Serie A, there's some good games also happening. At 4:30 before the Italian Serie A, though, in the EPL, there's Crystal Palace taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Then in the Italian Serie A, AC Milan early on beat Verona by 3-0. Napoli have taken a 2-goal lead against Cremonese. Bologna up against Sassuolo at 5 p.m. Atalanta will take on Inter Milan at 7:45 p.m. Guys, guess who scored for Napoli? The person actually has a brace.
Rasmus?
Yeah. Rasmus Højlund. 2 goals for Napoli. Let me start off with you, Cobb. Now let's talk some Italian Serie A this season. When he got injured, Antonio Conte and his last messed him really well. He's back onto the score sheet again after that break. What it means for Napoli is that they are second on the table, 16 games played, 34 points, tied with not tied with anybody. AC Milan has 35, just 1 point separated. Inter will play later today. If Inter win, it will be 36. And so the title race in the Italian Serie A is looking really tasty. And what it means for first to fifth is that it's just 5 points separating AC Milan and then AS Roma. Just quick thoughts on that. I don't know, maybe you want to start on Conte and his people. You are a big admirer of Antonio Conte, your former coach, though.
But he's a local champion. He's a local champion.
I thought you wouldn't say that.
He's a local champion. But brilliant performance from Napoli so far. They've lost 4 games this season, and we all thought when they lost Kevin De Bruyne through the injury, people were thinking they were going to miss a lot of games and maybe be able to lose a lot of games. But fortunately for them, they've been able to win some games, brilliant games, and that's so good from them. Rasmus also doing so well for Napoli. For the Serie A this season Serie A has been one of the toughest league for the past 3 seasons. In terms of the point build up and how good they play this. For the past 3 seasons, it's been very competitive, and that's so good from them, because now it's when this team wins, this is when this team will just push up.
They have to reply.
That's it. So it's a very good one, very good race in the Serie A, which I feel like this season will have a 4 or 5. AS Roma is a team that is now coming down a bit. They are not playing so well. Tomorrow they'll be playing tomorrow. They are not playing so well, and that is unfortunately for Gasperini, because the work he did at Atalanta. I understand Atalanta. He was able to go very far, able to even go to a point to even they even won the Europa, to be able to even play the what's the name? Did they win the Europa? Oh no, they went to the Europa finals.
Yeah, they got to the final. Yeah.
Which Leverkusen beat them.
Yeah, they lost by 3
goals to 0. Yeah. Yes. So it's no. Atalanta rather beat Leverkusen by 3 goals to 0.
There was a Lukman show.
Yeah. He got a hat trick.
So I remember he won the Europa with.
He actually flipped the script.
Yes, he won the Europa with Atalanta, and he coming to Roma. He started the season so well. So it's been brilliant in the Serie A. But for Napoli, I just feel like they have to just push him more to be able to give a good contest to AC Milan and Inter, because those two Milan clubs are playing so well this season that they are piling a lot of pressure on Napoli. Napoli are the defending champions, and when you're the defending champions, every season, the next season, everyone expects you to do very well. That is why when you go to the EPL, there was a lot of pressure on Liverpool because they were defending champions. So that's the same way. When you're the defending champions, there are a lot of pressure on you that people expect you to win the league the following season. And that is what Napoli, there's a lot of pressure on them this time around. For Inter AC, I know they are going to put up a very good show for us to see how brilliant they are. So it's been good from Napoli and the other teams in the Serie A.
Okay, Seti, you want to have a bite on what Conte is doing with Napoli? But Kobna says he's local champions, and that when he goes to Europe, he's unable to replicate what he does on the local scene.
Well, from that standpoint, at least he's a local champion. He's getting things done on the local scene to get him to a scene that exposes him. Kwabene's team.
See the way you've polished what Kobna said. when he said it, he was saying, hey.
but for Kwabene's team, they can't even be sector champions, let alone local champions. You get where I'm coming from?
You mean
they are not even sector champions?
They can't even dominate the position you occupy, or like
the territory they occupy.
Oh, okay.
Now,
so the London clubs, right?
London clubs they have gone far.
I've gone far.
Yeah, let's stay on the street. The same
Westland.
West
London.
Let's stay in the same in the tree balance. We say infiltrate in Fulham. Currently, when you look at it, form-wise, Fulham has got a better form than Chelsea. And then Kwabena is calling someone a local champion. Local champion is doing well in his league. In as much as he has won the league, he has tried as much as possible to refresh the squad. It's just that the players he brought in to refresh the squad, a couple of them have been injured for a large chunk of the games that they've played so far, hence they've missed it. So for me, the likes of Rasmus Højlund, who is back again on the scoring sheet, they would have loved to have Kevin De Bruyne in that particular midfield, controlling affairs. And for me, one of the master strokes is Neres. Neres is having a fantastic season out there in Naples, and for me, he for me is gradually becoming my man of the season for Napoli, not McTominay.
Do you know there's even another player I even forgot? He's also injured. Gilmour. Gilmour is also injured.
Gilmour is also
but
Gilmour has been there last season, sort of. So now the people he brought in to refresh, most of them are still injured.
Okay.
But for Neres for me has been that masterstroke from Conte that's keeping him in the title race, because the other teams are coming up, and I'm just happy to see the competition, the level of competition in the Italian Serie A.
Okay.
But just one sentence at Fiorentina.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't want to play football, they can decide that they will forfeit the rest of the games
and exit the league
peacefully.
Okay.
Because what are they doing?
And they are playing the league.
No. Gabi, have you seen Fiorentina play football?
Yeah, I've seen them play.
But this season, have you seen them play in the Serie A?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Are they that bad?
They are terrible.
Oh no, they are bad.
They are terrible.
Yesterday when they lost by 1 goal to 0.
9 points.
Yeah, 9 points. Last week they beat Udinese by 5 goals to 1, and everyone thought, oh, okay.
Okay.
No, that one was the color of their jersey, violet.
Okay.
Purple patch.
Guys,
that is it.
Let's talk about AC Milan. There's someone on YouTube attacking me for not mentioning who scored for AC Milan. Danny,
the Chelsea team.
Obila6435 says, Gabi, AC Milan won 3-0. Why don't you mention who scored for Milan, including a brace? Okay. Daniel Amate says he's apologizing for his earlier comments on Badiashile and Tosin. He says the intent was to say that they are not good enough for the PL. Maybe they will flourish in the Championship or League One.
Championship?
Okay. Jackson is an upgrade over Garnacho, Delap, and Gittins. With João Pedro, he was brought to be to replace Palmer, so he's doing his possible best. He just over exaggerates. Okay. So for the AC Milan conversation, Pulisic, former Chelsea player, he grabbed the first goal. Christopher Nkunku, former Chelsea player, second goal.
Chelsea team B.
Christopher Nkunku again, in the 53rd minute, gave Milan the third goal. Yeah.
Just a quick line on this. Before y'all comes in, just a quick line. So now there's a trajectory for Chelsea players that I caught online.
Which is?
So when Chelsea deem you very good enough, you play for the London club, that is Chelsea. When they deem you surplus to current requirements, you go and play in Strasbourg. When they deem you, Charlie, we are over you, but we still love you, then you go and play for AC Milan.
Oh, I see.
That is the trajectory of
So
Chelsea.
Chelsea has got Loftus-Cheek,
Oh,
Pulisic,
Fikayo
Tomori.
I think there's
Christopher Nkunku.
Tammy Abraham somewhere.
Tammy
in there.
Abraham, yeah, played.
Charlie.
Oh,
I
okay.
think- Charlie. So
Well.
yeah.
Okay.
And they are there suffering. They
Yeah.
could not buy Mike Mignon from the goal.
Yeah, you want to have a bite on AC Milan, top of the table. Former ex-Chelsea players delivering the goodies for Milan.
I think with the Italian Serie A, look, it's a safe haven for ex-EPL players because it relies a ton on power, and because it's mainly tactical.
Yeah.
And once you are able to get a feel of the tactical aspect of the game, I think you'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be really truly fine.
Because I'm yet to see a player who leaves the PO and goes to the Serie A and still struggles.
Because at the end of the day,
To be honest.
because at the end of the day, the
very
game is played at a slower pace than the EPL, and so once you've built yourself up physically in the EPL, you know you thrive in the Italian Serie A because you'll be able to run faster than most of the players there. In terms of physicality, you'll be able to hang with those guys, be able to bully your way through. Because I remember one goal that Rasmus Højlund scored. The ball was played in behind the defender, and he ran onto it and he smashed the ball into the net.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, and the first thing that jumped out to me was that he isn't scoring this in the EPL. It was so clear that he wasn't going to score this thing in the EPL, this kind of goal in the EPL, because if that ball was that through pass that came through, or that through pass that was played, if that was in the EPL, you are not getting past the William Saliba, for instance. He will be able to make a recovery. He'll be able to recover and make a clearance. You're not getting that ball past William Saliba. You're not getting that ball past Ruben Diaz.
Yeah.
You're not getting past. You're not getting that ball past, let's say, even Virgil van Dijk, who's a bit slower these days.
You can
Or
that ball can
Ibrahima
pass
Konate.
Badiashile.
Oh, Charlie.
You get it, and you look at even the, let me say, your average defenders, like even Manchester United, Lenieu's level of recovery is good. You look at Matthijs de Ligt, his level of recovery is quite good.
Out of the Sunderland defender, Ballard.
Those guys, I mean, fairly okay.
Yeah.
But you look at the Italian Serie A, your average defender is a big hulking guy. Either he's big and he's no mobile, or he's an old guy like Acerbi, those guys, and they can't make that kind of recovery.
He's still playing?
Yeah, Acerbi is still playing. So in those instances, once you get a hang of the tactical aspect of it, you'll be able to thrive. And I'm not surprised that the ex-EPL players are doing quite well in the Italian Serie A. Okay. And on top of that, with Italy, I think it has been around for several years. Their scientific approach to football, I don't know how to do it, but it's always well advanced in terms of how to get players fit, how to get them in the right shape, mentally, physically, and to be able to play for a long time and not drop off in terms of their physical aspect. So you look at those days when AC Milan were dominant. They mentioned the Milan laboratory and all those things. And you look at players like Christian Pulisic at Chelsea. He was injured almost all the time, but he moves to Italy, and 80% of the time he's available. 85% of the time he's available.
Even Loftus-Cheek.
The same thing. Patrice Evra played for Man United for multiple years, like well over 6 years, like 7 years more or less. He moves over to Juventus, and he talked about the kind of nutrition that they give to the players. Like, if you weigh above a certain weight, for instance, if you're a striker, you need to weigh within a certain category.
Yeah.
If you are a midfielder, you need to weigh within a certain category. If you're a defender, you need to weigh within a certain category, weight category.
Yeah.
If you go beyond that, the amount of or the level of feeding that they give you, it will vary from the rest of your the people in your group.
Okay.
In order to get you to get down on your or shed some weight.
Yeah.
And be in shape. So there's yellow. He mentioned that there's a yellow section, there's a green section, there's a red section. So if you're in the red section, that means that the amount of food that you get is almost next to nothing, because they are trying to send a message to you that, look, you need to cut your weight. If you are in the yellow section, that means you are borderline, more or less. If you're in the green section, that means you're all well and good. And so the food that they'll give to you, it just signals that kind of message that they are trying to pass on to you, that you need to check your weight, you need to work out a little bit more, you need to be able to even in some cases you need to beef up so that you can be able to increase your weight mass. And so all of those things, it helps, and it aids the players who are often injured to avoid those kind of consistent injuries. And so in that sense, if you are an ex-EPL player, like I said, once you get a good hang of the tactical aspect, you will be fine. And tactical aspect, yes, when the coach is on the board or close to the board and explaining it, all those complex issues, it might be a little bit overwhelming. But once he leaves the room, I mean, you can always consult your teammates. He breaks it down a little bit for you, and you just take it over and go and play it out on the pitch. And so I'm not surprised that ex-EPL players, they thrive quite well in the Italian Serie A.
Okay. So that's the word on the Italian Serie A. Regarding the players who have left the PL to play or continue their club football in the Serie A. Let's get back to the PL. The Sunderland Leeds game is still 1-0 between the two sides. 76 minutes played at the Stadium of Light. The Republic of Football 97.3. I'm Gabriel Fair in studio with Yahweh Jamie Inta. Sedinam Edmond and also Kwabena Mafo. At 4 p.m. we'll switch the conversation. Talk some AFCON. Some countries start heading home. Some countries are also progressing to the next stage of the tournament. Nigeria, one of them. After beating Tunisia yesterday by 3-2. Mozambique also won their game today against Gabon. As we speak, Equatorial Guinea are currently taking on Sudan. That game, because here Sudan is goalless in that competition. I mean that game that's between Equatorial Guinea and Sudan. There are two more games later. I'll run it through a bit later. And you can join a conversation by sending your thoughts 053996 053996 We're live on YouTube, City Sports GHA, on X at City FM, on TV, Channel 1 TV. At 4:30 at the Selhurst Park, it's Crystal Palace who will be taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Let's build up to that game. Let's talk around that game. The game starts at 4:30. Let me start off with Seti. Crystal Palace up against Spurs, and that starts around 4:30 p.m. The lineups are already out for the two teams. Let me start off with Crystal Palace. Dean Henderson is starting for Palace. A back three of Maguire, Lacroix, and Jefferson Lerma. Nathaniel Klein is playing as a right wing back. Mitchell as a left wing back. Adam Watson partnering Hughes in midfield. Devaney, Pino, and Jean-Philippe Mateta Mateta leading attack for Crystal Palace. For Spurs, they line up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Vicario is starting for Spurs. There's a back four of Pedro Porro, Kevin Danso, Van de Ven, and Jet Spence. A midfield two of Gray, Bentancur. Mohamed Kudus is also starting. Lucas Bergvall, Kolomwani, and then Richarlison for Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs under so much pressure with their head coach, that's Thomas Frank. A lot of the Spurs fans say that they need to show him the exit. Let's see if that will happen. On the part of Crystal Palace, they are looking to bounce back from their midweek Carabao Cup defeat to Arsenal. Yeah, and so they have to deal with another North London club in Tottenham Hotspur who visits the Selhurst Park. Sadi, let me start off with you on what you think Thomas Frank is doing so wrong that he's unable to get results for Spurs. I want to check the stats for Spurs. I mean, how many games they've won in the last 5. I'll try and get that for you. But Sadi, if you just can quickly talk about Thomas Frank and what he's going through at his club side, Tottenham.
Well, to start with that particular
Yeah, so
game,
it's one win in the last 5. They've lost 3, they've won 1, and they've drawn 1.
And that brings us to a place where we see Spurs performing better on the road than at home this season. So this season on the road, away from home, Spurs have played 8 games. They've won 4, drawn 2, and then lost 2.
Mm-hmm.
Compare that to their home form, where they have actually won only 2 games at home and have drawn 2 and have lost 5 at home. So they are better off playing away from home this season. Now, you flip the script and you also get to a Crystal Palace who also love playing away from home. At home, Crystal Palace themselves have also just won 2 games at home, have drawn the very large number of 4 and lost 2. Now, you ask why Thomas Frank is struggling to get his team to play the kind of football he was playing at Brentford that got him the move. I would say, number 1, he necessarily met a couple of players that he has to work with. There are players that fit his system, others don't fit his system.
Okay.
You look at this Spurs midfield and you ask yourself, who is the enforcer in this kind of football they want to play? Who is the enforcer?
You mean the midfield, right?
Exactly.
So Bergvall and
who enforces, who destroys?
Okay.
These players in midfield are at best very good with the ball at their feet and passing the ball.
So all ball progresses.
They
Bentancur, Bergvall.
Exactly. They are not destroyers. Now, Spurs play in a very open fashion, and any least transitional player against them, they are always found wanting. And that is what teams have looked to capitalize on this season. Spurs always seems to turn up and play very well, but lose the game. And everybody forgets how well they were stringing passes together, trying to be a bit excessive, the extra touch here and there. Now, injuries I don't like to talk about, but has also really not helped the team, Spurs. Injuries has not helped them. Same applies to adaptation. Adaptation in that you are expecting the likes of Kolomwani to have adapted better, Xavi Simons to have adapted better, but it looks like even Matthias Tel to have adapted better. But it looks like only Kudus has sort of adapted way better than all these guys because he was actually playing in the EPL prior to joining Tottenham Hotspur. They are struggling to create opportunities for their goal scorers and attackers from open play. Majority of Spurs getting goals and trying to make incursions in the opponent box and cause them problems has all been from majority has been from set pieces, to the extent that throw-ins have even become very crucial for Spurs when they play. They are struggling to get the ball through to their attackers on the pitch.
Okay.
Hence, you sometimes get a very wonderful solo run from their captain, their defender, Van de Ven, who runs all the way forward with the ball at feet.
Super Van de Ven.
Something which
Super Messi Van de Ven.
something which should not be
I
the
still
norm.
can't get over that goal though.
Yeah, it's all because he needed to take things into his own hands. When
Yeah.
you continue trying to progress the ball, what happens? It's not going through. Now, what do they try to do most of the time? They want to see Kudus drop and then swing the ball in the opposite direction. And so far, it has not really also worked. Those diagonal balls are getting to their target, but when they get to their target, what happens after that? Because you would expect a Kudus to be much more you should be getting the ball closer to the goalpost of the opponent so that it makes it fearful for the opponent. But Spurs have really not also bought well, and that's why they are where they are.
Okay.
That's why they are where they are and where they would be if they don't change things. I feel that low key, Thomas Frank is also quite stubborn.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look.
He stuck to what he think worked for him at Brentford, which is not working at Spurs.
So that one there is not working.
Let me add to this, right? The data is actually worrying for Frank. I say so because, according to the data, Spurs' XG difference, right, this season is 6.6. They've created just 16 expected goals throughout the Premier League campaign,
Yeah.
and his side have actually struggled at both ends on the pitch. So it's actually safe to say, like what you said, that's not been the best start for him, because the data is backing your analysis in there. So they are not creating much, and then they're also shipping in goals.
Oh, as for the goals, they are shipping in because again they don't have someone in front of the defense to actually help them.
The midfield is lightweight.
It's a feather of
So that's what, too much creativity in there.
They-
Begval,
no, they-
Bentancur, they don't
No.
also create.
they don't actually also create. That is the
So
problem.
what are they doing?
They're
They're
just
just passing.
adding up to the numbers.
Oh, it's just safe passes.
Exactly. And for me, they've got a lot more attackers who actually adapt to the wing than those who like to play through the center. I don't still understand why Joao Paulinho is not really starting and getting.
What was
his
happening to
foot.
him though? I thought when he came from Bayern Munich, he bought his way into Thomas Frank's mind,
Yeah.
especially the way Frank wants to play.
Yeah.
Frank would adore any midfielder who gives him that physicality.
Yeah.
And then I thought Paulinho was the man to give him that.
I was also thinking so because looking at the frame of someone like a Norgard in a Paulinho, it's not so different from these two players. But how Paulinho has fallen off for a great to
Is
be
he on the
playing.
bench today?
He's on the bench today for a great to
No,
be
there's
playing
something
in midfield
not
for
right.
Bentancur,
Yeah.
who can't. Bentancur can literally not get close to his marker. It also needs to be noted that Bentancur is much also closer to the physio stable than being closer to his marker on the pitch.
So
It's-
Papi Sarr is with Senegal.
For me, that should not be an excuse.
Yes, Bissouma, the leaser, the better.
Yeah.
He wasn't even getting playing time for Spurs.
Yeah.
After doing all sorts of things.
Yeah. He's a chemist.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey,
He's Bissouma.
But you look at their bench, they've got Odobem, they've got Matthias Tel, they've got Brandon Johnson. Play Brandon Johnson the opposite side of
Yeah.
Kudus, and some of their best games, that's where he has played. He has started on the left-hand side. He
Charlie,
starts like
Brennan Johnson was Spurs'
go-to guy.
best player last season under
Yeah.
Postecoglou.
Yeah.
He did double figures
Yeah.
under Postecoglou, and under Frank,
He's struggling to
He's
do
struggling
double
to-
figures
Charlie.
even in starting.
my goodness.
Tottenham is just Frank just needs to do the simple things.
Okay.
Simple
Do you
things.
buy into the section of fans who say that let's show him the exits before
No,
the
listen.
turn of 2026?
So if you show him the exit, then Thomas Frank will now start going down the road that Graham Potter went.
Oh, okay. In terms of their career, managing teams,
Exactly.
taking it downhill.
Oh, quick.
I see. So what? So he should be there and fix it.
No, yeah, he should be there and be spoken to do things the simple way. This is the way you want to play. Some of us have heard him mic'd up during training tours when he was with Brentford. And it was the very simple things. And he's doing the direct opposite of the things he used to do at Brentford. And you can't, like, how?
So what's going wrong? Is it to impress, or
Who is he trying to impress?
or he has to? Okay, so like when you started your submission, right? You made a point about dealing with what's on the table for him.
Yeah.
And do you think that has caused the current run they are in now?
No. Currently, see, you need an enforcer, someone to destroy stuff in the midfield. Do you have one on your bench? Yes.
Why are you not playing him?
That's the question.
Okay.
Then why is a Kolomani going to be playing out wide? If he's going to be coming infield, who will be going to that part of the pitch? Are you now going to shift into a 3-back system to allow maybe a Spence run that channel? How effective has Spence been going forward? There are a lot of questions that he needs to answer, but just keeping it simple solves everything. It's just complicating the issues.
Okay. So in terms of teams that have lowest XG, right, this season, it was 3 teams. So United did 33.3, Manchester City did 33.0, and then Spurs. Look at the gabble from City and then Spurs. United did 33.0, Spurs are doing 16.3.
Yeah.
Governor, are you disturbed for kudos?
Not really disturbed. But mostly the performances of the team you play for could also be key in how you play and also not helping you. But sometimes the performances could not be better, but the players' performance also could also be better.
But
for example, like Semenyo.
Yeah, his performance at Spurs hasn't been better either.
That is it. That is one major thing for Kudus, which really need to check how things are, because it's so surprising how Spurs started the season very well. They started the season so well that people even tipped them to be part of the top 4, top 5. But currently, you can't even find them as part of the first 10 teams in the EPL, and it's so bad how they've just dipped in form. And I just feel like Thomas Frank needs to do a lot. There are some of the positions that he really needs to check. As Sedi was saying, a player like Bentancur is a player that is not able to defend or able to tackle very well. Maybe João Paulina will have doesn't have, maybe because of he not playing so well this season. He also started the season very well, scoring some goals, and he not getting the minutes right now is also one key thing that they really have to check. For Spurs, there's a lot of problems. Someone will say they are missing some players, but a player like maybe Maddison was always an injury-prone player. Previously, he wasn't also getting.
He's not enjoying the games from the stands.
That's
every home game too, then they will pan the camera there.
So it's not really good for Spurs and also for Kudus, because we want our players to be playing so well, their teams also to be doing very well. If it doesn't happen that way, mostly when they come to the national team, they don't perform that well. They don't perform. It really affects them a lot, and that is one key thing, because it drops their confidence, because always now their teams are struggling. They are not getting the wins that they want. So that is when they have to be able to do their best, put in much effort and see how things are going to work. So it's one key thing that they have to check. It's very worrying for Spurs. Very, very worrying, because we know Spurs as a team that really worry a lot. They worry the big teams and other smaller teams. So if they are not playing so well, it doesn't really speak good of them. But for Palace is also another team that started the season not too well. Middle of the season, they started also playing well. Now, not very well. I don't know how things are, but maybe if maybe Spurs their performance doesn't improve, maybe they can wait next season. They can go for Oliver Glasner. Glasner will be leaving Palace at the end of the season.
I just knew you would do this. That's what I was
Glasner will be leaving
I know
Palace
what you were about to do.
at the end of the season. So maybe they can wait, because at this point, if there's no need of you sacking Thomas Frank, let's see how good he is. But if by the end of the season Thomas Frank has improved, you just stay by him. You just be with him, because he's a very good coach, a very, very good coach who is able to improve players a lot. Because, as I said, when the season started, we all saw how good he was doing. Kudu's performance, even for Spurs when the season started, was so good. Until the current games, which is not really helping Palace a lot. What's the name? Spurs a lot. So they really need to improve a lot too. We really have to really improve. That is Thomas Frank and also Spurs, for them to have a very good position in the EPL.
All right, so the game at the Stadium of Light has ended. It's 1-0 between the two sides. Sunderland 1, Leeds United 1 between the two sides. So Adingra in the 26th minute and Dominic Calvert-Lewin equalizing for Leeds United. Let me bring you in on the Palace conversation. Kwabena mentions Oliver Glasner. Now you look at this Palace team under Glasner this season. They're one of the sides in the PL with the lowest average possession. They allow the opponents to see have all the possession, but it actually has been effective for them. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you have to adapt to your players, to your team, and that's one thing I've always had an issue with Masudi Dramani and Accra House of Folk. What he's doing with Accra House of Folk. You want your players to play tiki-taka football, like Barcelona, prime Man
yet
City,
the profile of the players,
Man City under Pep Guardiola. But the profile of the players, it just doesn't mesh. And on top of that, you want them to be playing that kind of football on these kind of pitches that we have in Ghana. You get it? It doesn't work. It doesn't mesh. It doesn't fit. And so you need to build a system. You need to be able to create a system where you tap into the capabilities or abilities of your players. Even Pep Guardiola recently, in the Q&A, he was asked, do you proceed with your system and force your players to adapt to your system, or you adapt to the players that you have? You bring about a system that will play into your players' ability. And he said it's a balance of both. You can't insist on one and neglect the other. You get it? You can't just focus on the abilities of your players all the time and draw up a system based on that. Okay, what if one or two players aren't available? Then what do you do then?
Just hold on for me. I have to announce this real quick. So we'll go off on TV at 4 p.m. but the Republic of Football will still be live on radio 97.3 and on YouTube City Sports JK. So on TV will be off, but the show will still run on radio and YouTube.
So as I was saying, if you adapt or you build a system around the players that you have, you are in for trouble, because injuries will always happen. And so when 3 or 4 players aren't available, or let's say they go to the AFCON, they aren't available, and 2 others are injured, what do you do? Then you become exposed. But if you build up a system and you force your players to adapt to that system, maybe the ability of those players to play like Busquets, it's not there. So what do? You have to find a fine balance between both systems. So in that sense, I like what Oliver Glasner has done. At the end of the day, he's not. He's noted that these players that he has at Crystal Palace, they can play well in transition. They do so well in transition, in direct football that leads to goals quickly. And so he's built a system around that. But at the same time, he's been able to create avenue or create room for a bit of creativity. And that's how come guys like Eberechi Eze, they weren't affected by the change in managerial role when Oliver Glasner came in as the manager. From Roy Hodgson, Patrick Vieira, those guys, once they moved on and Oliver Glasner came in, those guys weren't too affected. Actually, their performance even improved, because within that system where it is heavy on transition play, scoring quickly off a turnover. There's still room for creativity, and so that's how even he brought in Daichi Kamada from Frankfurt, and these guys. Adam Wharton is playing well because there's room for such creativity, and I like it because at the end of the day, he's not forcing his players to also
to do the very uncomfortable things.
Play out from the back.
Yeah,
you're not comfortable playing out from the back. Why do you have to force your players to do so? And so for me, Crystal Palace, Oliver Glasner, what he's done, I'm cool with it.
Cool with it. Okay.
I'm so cool with it, and he's one of the managers who have impressed ever since they touched base in the English Premier League. And between him and Andoni Iraola and Marco Silva, if there are changes and there are vacancies in the, let's say, in clubs like Tottenham Hotspurs, maybe Chelsea, yes, and maybe Chelsea, and even to understand Liverpool, those three guys are up.
I think they should pick up
for their jobs.
Okay.
Someone like Andoni Iraola, looking at the base that Jurgen Klopp established at Liverpool, he'll be perfect for Liverpool.
Okay.
You look at someone like Marco Silva, or I think Marco Silva will be best for Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay, for Spurs.
You get it, and so I'm fine with what he's done. What I have a concern looking at the lineup that we have with this Crystal Palace matchup coming up against Spurs is with Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur, Thomas Frank.
Pick one.
I don't get it why you have Lucas Bergvall playing in behind Richarlison.
Yeah.
And you have Palhinha on the bench. Palhinha, he has some injury issues, and that's how come he fell out of the rotation a little bit. But he's back. He's been playing the last 15 minutes, 10 minutes here and there. This is the type of game that he needs to start. And pair him with a guy like, if you want, Achigre or Lucas Bergvall. Then you play a guy. Javi Simmons is suspended because he got that red card against Liverpool. So in that sense, I think it would have been better to even play Mohamed Kudus through the middle and play Matthijs Tel on the right side. Then you play Randall Colomwani through the middle, and if you want, you can play Richarlison. But he wants to tap into the work rate of Colomwani, and that's how come I honestly believe that he's moved Richarlison to that central position, and he's moved Colomwani a little bit out wide. But in that sense, because if it was the right side, I would be okay with it, because at the end of the day, you have Pedro Porro playing on that position. He would always bump forward, and so if you play Colomwani there and he moves a bit infield to support Richarlison, you know that side of the pitch is covered, and he will provide that width. Pedro Porro will provide that width. But with the Spurs is a right-footed player who is playing, a right-footed winger who is playing as a left fullback. He does not necessarily give you that bit of width, and so I'm a bit surprised that he decided to make that move. I was thinking maybe a Brennan Johnson would man that position, and then maybe you can swap him with Matthijs Tel in terms of the changing position and swapping wings. Then you can play Mohamed Kudus through the middle. Then you start Colomwani up top. Then you have Richarlison come off the bench. So for me, I'm not too convinced with the selection of Thomas Frank in this game, but it looks to be one of those games that could easily end up in an entertaining Crystal Palace win. So I'm inching towards a Crystal Palace scoring win for Oliver Glasner, but I see Spurs being able to get a goal.
All right, so that game kicks off in the next 25 minutes at the Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace taking on Tottenham Hotspur. Match day 18 of the English Premier League. This is the Republic of Football 97.3. I'm Gabriel Fair. I've got Yai Jeminta in studio with me, Kovina Marfo and Sedina Medmont. And also you watching us on YouTube, Sweet Kwame, our DGH2 keeps asking if Yao needs Momo because your he says today you sound too calm and low. Like
You have to be calm. You have to be calm.
okay.
I mean, we are in the studio. You have to be calm.
Because the second time he's asked to.
Yeah. Or maybe he's seen me out on the field and he seen me being very active.
Yeah, today.
And so I'm chill. I'm chill. Yeah, I'm a chill guy.
The update for y'all is chill and steez.
Yeah, how
I'm a
DJ?
chill
So,
guy.
are you okay now?
Yeah, I'm a chill
Yeah,
guy.
says he's okay. He's okay. Let's take a quick break, right? When we come back, we'll take you to Morocco and talk some AFCON. This is the Republic of Football 97.3. I'm Gabi Ofe. We'll be back after the break. AFCON happening all the way in Morocco. The boys are getting separated from the men. Earlier on today, Mozambique made a huge statement at the AFCON. Chiquinho Conde became the first Mozambique manager to record a victory at the African Cup of Nations. The Mambas defeated the Panthers 3-2. That game was really good in Agadir. So big statement from Mozambique at the AFCON. As for Gabon, they were just doing, I don't even know what they were doing on the pitch. But yeah, Mozambique won't care. All 3 points in the back. They are actually in a very good spot to progress to the next stage of the competition. As we speak, 46 minutes played. Equatorial Guinea are playing a goalless draw with Sudan, managed by Ghana's Kwesi Appiah. Later, 5:30, there's Algeria up against Burkina Faso. Then 8 p.m. we'll see Ivory Coast taking on Cameroon, the defending champions, against the 2017 AFCON champions in Cameroon. Cameroon have won the AFCON 5 times. Cote d'Ivoire have won it 3 times. So this game should be good tonight. You're still listening to the Republic of Football 97.3 live on City Sports GHL on YouTube. I'm Gabby of Studio with Kwabena Mafo, Sedina Medmond, Yao J Minta. And let me just run you through the games coming up later tomorrow. But tomorrow there will be Inside AFCON for you on 97.3, 3 to 4 p.m. So please do tune in. I'll bring you some more AFCON talk. Angola will take on Egypt at 4 p.m. Zimbabwe up against South Africa at the same time, 4 p.m. It will be the final round of matches in the group stages, so we'll have the games being played at the same time. And then at 7 p.m. there will be Comoros taking on Mali. Same time we'll see Zambia up against Morocco for tomorrow's game. Let me bring you back to today's game, right? Let's start talking about the results that came up early on today. Let me start off with you, Yao. Mozambique, they beat Gabon by 3-2 early on today. That was the first game that was played in Agadir. Mozambique got their first goal through Bangal in the it was Diogo Kalila. Who got the first goal for? So Bangal got the first goal for Mozambique, and then Katamo got a second goal. It was a penalty, and there was a third from Diogo Kalila, who added the third. Gabon responded through Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from the spot kick, and then there was a second from Musonda, but was not enough to take the Panthers to. It was the Mambas who picked up all 3 points. Yeah, surprised by the scoreline?
Yeah, I'm very surprised. I'm looking at the performance of Gabon in that game against Cameroon. I honestly picked them to beat Mozambique in this game. But even when we were making our predictions yesterday, I highlighted that Gabon needed to be a bit disciplined when it came to pushing up with their defensive line.
Yep.
It was way too high, and they were let off the hook in that game against Cameroon on multiple occasions, and they should correct it heading into this game. There were instances where they got caught out, and it led to instances where they conceded goals. And so for me, that wasn't proper homework done by the Gabonese. And yes, football is made of a lot of key moments or fleeting moments, and what they call the windows. And in the end, Gabon had one big opportunity, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, very surprisingly, missed a huge opportunity. And I believe once that chance was missed, those sliding window moments, once that chance was missed, you could tell that yes, Mozambique weren't going to lose this game. Yeah, and I expected Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to score that particular chance. He moved, positioned himself well, looked to bend the ball to the far post when it was clear that the keeper had it covered, and no matter how much bend he would put on it, he wasn't going to beat the goalkeeper from that position. So he needed to just more or less dummy or deceive the goalkeeper by faking to or opening up his body to put the ball at the far post, but just bend the ball towards the near post. And if he had been able to do that, I honestly believe he would have been able to score, and that would have changed the dynamic of the game and given Gabon the momentum enough to either score a draw or go ahead to win this game. And so once those issues weren't taken advantage of, as in terms of their indiscipline when it comes to playing the high line, and they being able to convert those big moments or big chances, you could tell that Mozambique were quite pumped to be able to get and position themselves to be able to get a win. And they did so, and kudos to them.
Sadi, let me take you back to yesterday's games, right? The last game, we have to talk about it. Nigeria, Tunisia. People say that Nigeria had a score to settle with Tunisia after they kicked them out at the it was the 2021 AFCON, right? At the groups, when they made it
round of 16,
a very impressive run in the group stage, round of 16, they got them kicked out by Tunisia. Talk to me about that performance. I think that when it mattered most with regard to the experienced players in the squad, they came to the party. Ademola Lookman, Wilfred Ndidi, Victor Osimhen. Before Osimhen scored, he had missed the one chance, and then he had scored one. It was ruled out as offside, and then he responded again. Just what are your thoughts about that performance from Nigeria?
Well, for our brothers from the green and white side of West Africa, it's a great result for them. Puts them in pole position, qualifying on top of that group, barring any unforeseen comical display from them in the final game. But that will mean that they get to play a better opponent, a third placed team. And so far this season, this particular tournament, we've seen how woeful some of the teams have been, especially those in that particular group of third place teams. So that means that Nigeria would definitely stroll into the next round of the competition. But for yesterday's performance, as he is being called now, the ECOWAS Haaland, aka Victor Osimhen.
As for you, ECOWAS Haaland says he didn't progress.
So the ECOWAS Haaland, like I said,
my friend, behave yourself.
But
his name is Victor Osimhen.
I'm coming to mention his name.
Take the ECOWAS Haaland from there.
Okay. Victor Osimhen stood up to the plate, aka ECOWAS Haaland. He stood up to the plate, and then also you got your man Ademola Lookman literally running the entire show yesterday.
He had an assist in all the 3 goals.
Yes, he literally had a hand in all 3 goals. Either he was scoring,
he showed that
I've been. He scored a goal.
I once used to be the African best player.
Yes. He was actually showing the reason why he was nominated and actually voted on to become Africa's best player back then when he won it. And for me, this has been a very impressive game from him. Knowing what he went through at the start of the season, being frozen out after he had a little bit of dance with his side, that's Atalanta. And now he comes back, starts getting game time, and then he playing, then benches a Ghanaian brother. But it has shown that in the past couple of games, that has warmed him up into the performance we're seeing from him at the AFCON. It was a very interesting performance. Nigerians played like they wanted it most than the Tunisians. The Eagles went to battle, the Carthage Eagles went to sleep, and the Super Eagles were dominant.
Nice way of wrapping up. Kabna, you want to have a bite at the Nigeria Convo?
Yeah.
Can they get to the finals? Again?
It's difficult right now, but it was a good performance from them. It was like a rampant performance from Nigeria. If you didn't watch the game and look at the scoreline, you might think.
How did they allow Tunisia to
that is
draw back 2 goals?
Nigeria played very well from the first minute to the 74th, 75th minute, and it was brilliant from them. And they just went off to make Tunisia just score that 2 goals. But it was a brilliant performance from them. In the AFCON, if you want to do so well, you need to beat these big guys. We saw how Tunisia were able to beat Uganda, and we were like, oh, okay, the Tunisians are playing so well and they want to do something. And you beating Tunisia by 3 goals to 2, getting the 3 point, getting 6 points, and already qualifying is a brilliant one from Nigeria. I'm sure Hala. Sorry, I said Hala. Hey,
don't get infected by it.
So Victor Osimhen and Lukman and other players, I'm sure they want to put up a very good performance, because right now, looking at things, last 2 years they went to the final of the AFCON. So I'm sure this year they want to do all their possible best to at least win the AFCON, but it's going to be very difficult. So yesterday's game, there was also some Senegal playing 1-1 draw with DR Congo, and that was also it was a very good game from both sides. So the Senegal winning Botswana by 3 goals to 0, and they play 1-1 with DR Congo. That should let them know that the teams that will be meeting the AFCON are going to show up like this. So they have to put up a good performance. If they are to play like the way they played against DR Congo yesterday, it's going to be very difficult to even play the likes of let's take Morocco, Cote d'Ivoire, and other teams. They are going to be very hard on you. So it was a brilliant game yesterday.
As we speak, there's Equatorial Guinea taking on Sudan. I don't know. Yesterday, did you predict that Sudan were going to go past Equatorial Guinea?
Yeah. I picked Sudan to
but
win the
we've been
game.
watching the game. I think they've created a lot of chances, but the final third, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think the final third execution from both teams, it has been poor. I saw Equatorial Guinea get 2 opportunities on the break, and just wrap your foot around the ball and bend it into the net from a position that will actually aid you to be able to bend the ball into the net. And the shot was quite disappointing. And so a lot of activities here and there, but in general the execution, the quality in the final third, it has been lacking. A lot of commitment, a lot of passion, a lot of endeavor, but the overall quality, particularly in the final third, it has been lacking.
But when you watch the two teams, I think there are some more minutes to play. Who do you think will get the 3 point?
I'm still sticking with
Sudan. You're still sticking with Sudan?
I'm still sticking with Sudan.
Equatorial Guinea in the conversation for one of the 3rd best placed teams. I think they were bottom.
They lost by
2 goals to 1
to Burkina Faso.
The last 3 minutes of the game.
But
that
I
they
think
won.
based on the results today from
Algeria and Burkina Faso. But the thing is, Algeria ended up winning their game by 3 goals to 0.
Okay.
And so,
I'm even looking at the Mozambique game against Gabon, right? So so Gabon have considered 2.
Yes.
2 more because Gabon were last. Gabon and Equatorial Guinea were last on the
3rd place.
So I'm saying that because they have not considered, I think it works for them.
But they should get a win.
Okay.
Because right now, at this point in time, Mozambique have a win.
Yeah.
So Equatorial Guinea need to get a win.
Yeah.
If you're able to get a win and your goal difference is good, then you stand a better chance of qualifying to the round of 16 as one of the best state place teams.
Okay. But I'm not really impressed with Sudan in this game though, because
what has caught your attention?
They are not creating a lot of chances. They are just being very dull, and the Equatorial Guineans are rather playing so well. They are playing very well, which I feel like the Sudanese need to just put up. The Sudanese just need to put up a very good performance, because it doesn't look so good for them. It started from when they played the FIFA Arab Cup, which they were lost all 3 games in the FIFA Arab Cup and losing against Algeria in their first game. So in this game, you could see clearly they are not playing very well. They are not able to create a lot of chances. They've not even played any shot on target, and it's so bad from Sudan. So if they want to, this is a clearance.
Hey, my goodness.
That's a very good block. Right.
What did I just see?
It happened twice actually.
Wow.
That was a very good defensive.
So they need to put up a good performance. I want to see Sudan qualifying out of this group. I want to see them as if they will be part of the best 3rd place team. At least they can qualify to the round of 16. So I just want them to do better.
Okay. Let's move on to the final 2 games for today. Algeria v Burkina Faso. Algeria, 2019 champions, coming up against a side that have also reached the finals before. in Burkina Faso. Let me start off with you. Mahrez came to the party in the first game, 2 goals, 2 sweet left-footed strike from Mahrez. They come up against another side that you really don't know what team will show up today.
Well, for the Burkinabés, I was quite disappointed at their general performance in their first game. I was thinking they were going to play above and beyond themselves, but they flattered to deceive in that particular game. Now, you are going to be facing an Algerian team that feel that this tournament has been played in North Africa, and hence they need to actually make a statement. On the form guide and what we saw with our eyes in their first round of fixtures, frankly speaking, Burkina Faso actually do not stand a chance. But we know how the African game is played, and we know what happens in these sort of situations, what can happen in these kind of situations. For the Burkinabés, how they eventually got those 3 points was sort of where I'm coming from. They sat down and allowed themselves to go down by a goal before now starting heavily to just try as much as possible to bamboozle their way and win it at the depth of it. Algeria will not allow them that room to do that. So if they are going to actually have to make a statement in this game, they are going to have to play above and beyond themselves, especially in that first half of the game. From the blast of that whistle, the likes of Ouattara need to be up to speed. No sleeping on the job, no dilly-dallying. The likes of Kabore need to step up to the plate. Also Bertrand Traore, he's one of the guys who have been given a lot of chance in this particular Burkinabe side, and it's time to repay the faith that has been put in him. For me, the back line is quite solid for them, but will they be able to thrive against the likes of Mahrez? Come on, Tapsoba is playing at the top of his game in Europe, and Mahrez is also chilling on the sunny side of the Arabian desert. I think that he should be able to match him up, but it's up in the balance for me. I won't be surprised again that Algeria would come up and then change a couple of things in this game and get a draw. I really sort of see this ending up as a scoring draw. It'll be quite open. Mahrez would be the one pulling the strings and orchestrating a lot of things, and then in return you get the likes of Sangare coming to the party, possibly in midfield, and Bertrand Traore before he's pulled up, because I don't see Bertrand Traore again playing 90 minutes in this game.
Interesting perspective. Speaking of Mahrez, he's the captain for the team, right? He has 6 goal contributions from his last 4 international appearances for Algeria. So 4 goals, 2 assists. After scoring either side of halftime in the round 1, he's now just 1 goal shy of his 3-goal haul in Algerians. Their cup winning run 2019. So let's see if he can actually get another goal. That game will kick off at 5:30. Morocco. Never fall. It's the AFCON 2025 happening. Zimbabwe stand tall. The flames of Malawi burn. There's one final game for today. Let me bring you that game, and then we'll talk about that. Cameroon, Ivory Coast should be good. 2017 champion. Coming up against a country that has won the AFCON also 5 times in Cameroon, but started the tournament with a lot of turmoil behind the scenes. But they won their first game though. Carl Eta Young with an assist from Brian Mbumo. Let me start off with you, Kwabena. Cote d'Ivoire. This is one of the biggest tests for them in the group stage. What are you expecting from the defending champions?
Yeah, it's going to be a very big one tonight, and I'm sure the Ivorians will just be sitting out to just know how best they can play against. First game when Cote d'Ivoire beat Mozambique by 1-0.
Yeah.
We saw the good performance of Diomande and Amad Diallo, who really impressed me a lot. Reference Zaha didn't really impress me against Mozambique. I don't know whether he will have to start. He would have to start today, but if he has to start, he really has to put up a very good performance, because we are playing against the 2017 champions, that's Cameroon, and they are going to put up a very good fight. They are going to do their best to be what's the name, to be able to match you boot for boot.
Yeah.
And these two powerhouse big names are like, they are people that, two teams that are able to play very well. And for Cameroon, there's a lot of pressure on them because of what happened off the pitch. And I'm sure with this game, at least if they're able to get 1 point, that will even help them just progress to the round of 16. They just need to put up a very good performance. And for Brian Mbumo is just doing his best to show that he's playing in the English Premier League, playing so well. And for Amad Diallo of Cote d'Ivoire, he's also playing so well for the Ivorians and proving he's playing very well for Manchester United. So it's going to be a very big game tonight. It's going to be a very tactical game in midfield, and also in attack. I just feel like the players need to put up a very good performance. They need to just get the chances and just score, because this is a game that I feel like both teams will be very open, that they want to get more goals. So I just see this game. I just feel like the Ivorians will just beat the Cameroonians.
Okay, Sadi, you agree with that?
Well, this might be the game that cuts Cameroon back to reality. They had a great game against Gabon.
Yeah.
And from the game that we saw versus Mozambique, we can tell that Gabon were not and are still not ready for the tournament. So there is going to be a reality check on Cameroon.
I see.
And is this the game that gives them that reality check? This game has all the characteristics to give them that reality check.
Okay.
But would Cote d'Ivoire also live up to it and stamp their authority? That is where the question lies. For Cameroon, they might be missing a couple of strong starters in their team, because a couple of people went out injured in their last game. But it's again a game that's down in the balance. I see goals in this game because both teams are going to be quite expressive and are going to try as much as possible to show the goal scoring prowess that they have. It then becomes a question where who has the best defense. And on paper, Cote d'Ivoire has a better defense than Cameroon on paper.
Yeah.
But on the day, who plays better is where the question lies.
Okay.
Two African brothers being coached by Africans, and I dare not say, but I don't want to see a situation where one person will give the order from the bench that at all costs gets the ball. That would mean that we'll get a game where people get hacked down and other things. I don't want to see it rain. If the rain comes down in Morocco during this game, we won't see the beauty of this game.
Oh,
I'm being very honest.
how is the rain going to affect
The pitch.
the pitch?
Oh no!
The pitch will get
not
soggy.
the pitch.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
The human beings playing.
We will start misbehaving.
They will revert to the Africans.
No,
in
as for
them.
the pitch,
The pitch there.
we don't have issues with pitch getting soggy.
It's just that the ball will be too fast on the pitch, and they will resort to go long. And we know these two teams going long, it won't be fun. So I just want clear weather, so that we're able to experience.
But
a
so
very
far,
good game.
I think in the last few days it's not raining.
Only two.
Yesterday it didn't rain.
No, yesterday it didn't rain. Today
2 days
it
ago it
is
didn't rain.
yet to rain. If this game
Friday it didn't
continues,
rain.
Friday it didn't rain.
Yeah, so that's 3 days.
So no, today is not yet done.
But it's done today. It's
No,
5:35 in
so
Morocco.
halfway through the game,
By it won't rain.
your shining brother met you.
I'm
I
giving
hear
you the 5:36 in Morocco. It won't rain.
no problem.
I've had a chat with the people there. So
The people don't control the weather.
no, but they speak to the weather.
They speak to the weather.
Well, Ivory Coast have won 3 of their last 4. head-to-heads. But 6 of the 10 meetings in either AFCON qualifying or the main tournaments have been won by Cameroon. 3 wins and 1 draw. Phone lines activated 053986 Call us and let's chat. How do you feel about watching the AFCON without the Black Stars of Ghana? And then Hugo Bros also said something really interesting about the zero vibe at this year's AFCON, comparing it to what we saw at the last AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire 2023. Hugo Bros is head coach for South Africa. Let's take a listen to him.
My family was yesterday on the game. It was chaos before the game. They didn't allow someone to go in the stadium, the police. They blocked everyone, even people with tickets. They couldn't enter in the stadium because there was a crowd of people who didn't have a ticket and who were allowed to come in. So it was, my wife said this morning, she was afraid because, okay, my grandchildren were there also. She was afraid in that crowd. So the organization on that is not good. It's not good, but yeah, you see that, and this is something that I feel also. I don't feel the same vibe what I felt in Ivory Coast and what I felt in Gabon. There's no, I don't know how to explain it, but you know, in Ivory Coast and in Gabon, every second of the tournament, you felt that you were in a tournament, and the people, when we went with the bus to train, the people were waving and they were with flags and you see nothing. So I don't know, but yeah, there is no vibe. There is no typical AFCON vibe. I don't feel them here. Really, it's cool. It's okay, we play the game and the nice stadiums and everything you want. And you see, if they don't let the people free in the stadium, there is nobody. Nobody is coming to watch the game South Africa, Zimbabwe. Nobody came to see the game South Africa, Angola. In Ivory Coast, well, okay, first game was Mali, but Tunisia and Namibia. There was crowd in the stadiums. They were involved. The people was involved in the tournament. I don't feel that here.
All right, so that's South Africa's head coach Hugo Bros. He doesn't even feel the vibe at this year's AFCON, making reference or comparison to the last tournament in Cote d'Ivoire. Charlie, you see vibes still in New York. I don't feel the vibe. He say no, they feel the vibe. Charlie, Hugo Bros. What do you say about? Let's talk 0539986996 0539986996. Please call us. Let's get talking. How do you feel about the AFCON without the Black Stars? Are you watching the games? We can also talk about the EPL. So Sudan have taken the lead against Equatorial Guinea. Yeah, James Kwesi Sudan finally have the goal. Takes them closer to qualifying the next stage of the 2025 AFCON. Hi, your name and where you calling us from? Okay, nope. No caller yet. Is that an on goal? Is that an on goal?
Yeah, it's an on goal.
Okay. Oh boy. He was trying to clear, but took a touch on the on his tummy.
Would you take the own goal or you want penalty? That's the question here.
The ball hit someone's hand.
So the clearance hit his own player's hand.
Well, we won the goal. Hi, your name, where are you calling us from?
Gabi.
Yo, bro.
Yo, I admire you guys so much.
We admire you too, plenty.
Yeah, my name is Yima, calling from Amomole.
Yima, what's up?
Yeah, alongside Ablekuma Pokwasi Highway.
Okay. You there Amomole way is on the Pokwasi Highway?
No, I'm saying Amomole alongside.
Oh, okay,
it's alongside, yeah, they are Ablekuma Pokwasi Highway.
Abab. Talk to me, man.
Nice one. First of all, before I deal with the AFCON he should. Semenyo, I think he has made it known to us that he's going to Man City. So I would like to know, is it this coming January or the end of the summer? The season, the end of the season. Hello, Gabi.
Yeah, it be at the end of the season.
It's at the end of the season.
No, it be this January.
Wow.
Yeah.
As for Man City, to me, how I see Guardiola, he will not get much playing time as he does in Bournemouth. So, if he will stick to Coach Nimley's advice, I think it will help him. Man U, Liverpool, and other teams. But this Man City, maybe he sees City being the favorite to win the Premier League. That's why he's trying to move there, so that even if he didn't get much playing time, he will have it on his CV that he has won the Premier League. But if he really wants much playing time, then I think he shouldn't go to Man City. And then when was you? I think I've forgotten within this week. I think Ferdinand was making analysis about the empty stadia. Gabi, it's very, very horrible. So, as the qualifying teams, like for instance, I listened to very well. These 24 countries, they should be in talks with CAF, so that traveling because he was making analysis from England to Morocco and then from, I think, France, just some little amount from traveling to there. But when you are moving from Africa to one Africa to the other Africa, it costs so much. So CAF should listen to such analysis so that they will be in touch with the countries, so that traveling will be so easy in terms of financial cost, so that people can travel to participate in, because the way the stadium becomes empty is very, very horrible. Gabi, that's my little point or my little contribution about that. I admire you guys so much. Keep it up.
All right, God bless you, Mark. We admire you too, right? Yeah. So just some more info with Semenyo's potential move to Manchester City. So there's a release clause which expires on January 10th. The teams don't activate that. He has to stay to the end of the season. 053996996 053996996 0539986 You can also call us and let's get talking. I'm Gab, your friend studio with Yao Jaminta. And also Sedina Medmon Kobnamafu is also here with me. Sudan have taken the lead against Equatorial Guinea. 77 minutes played. The Black Stars. The Republic of Football 97.3. We're live on YouTube, City Sports GHA. Spirits high. The Sable Antelopes leap. The final game for today is between host nation Côte d'Ivoire taking on Cameroon. Sorry, I am defending champions Côte d'Ivoire taking on Cameroon. Yeah, forgive me. Yeah, the host nation is Morocco. Yeah, Côte d'Ivoire hosted the last AFCON. Yeah, I'm Gabriel Fe. Well, none of Ivory Coast's last 13 internationals, stretching back to December 2024. Actually saw both teams score. I mean, you want to watch out for some key players for tonight's game. So one is Amad Diallo. He scored just his third Ivory Coast goal against Mozambique, with 16 of his last 17 goals for club and country. Arriving after the break, for Cameroon's Carl Eta Eyong, he netted his first ever international goal against Gabon. 6 of his last 7 strikes for club and country came before the hour mark. So it should be good tonight. In fact, Barcelona are keeping tabs on Carl Eta Eyong. So let's see what happens. Speaking of the attendance, right? Let me just run you through some numbers regarding the AFCON. 22 games played so far at the AFCON. The top 10 attended game, right? So the first one is Morocco Mali, 63,844. That's 93%.
Yeah.
The second one is Morocco Comoros. That was the opening game, 60,180. The third game was Senegal DR Congo, 41,672 spectators turned up to watch the game.
Yeah.
Okay. The fourth one, we had Egypt taking on South Africa. We had 40,200 219 spectators watching that game in Morocco. And then the fourth, Cameroon, Gabon, 35,200 spectators. Then the fifth, there's Egypt, Zimbabwe, 28,000. Nigeria, Tunisia, 25,000. Senegal, Botswana, 18,000. Algeria, Sudan, 16,000. Morocco, Tunisia, Uganda, 13,387. So we'll keep you posted regarding this game, the spectators that showed up, and then the last game as well. Taking you back to the EPL, Tottenham Hotspur, they have a goal against Crystal Palace as Richarlison with that goal for Spurs. Yeah. So that's in regards to the top 10 attended games at the AFCON 2025 because
Magabi,
of that.
If you take a look, not to catch you, but if you take a look at the number of games that you mentioned, the top 10 that you mentioned, it's only 2 games that did not have any of the teams from North Africa. Thank you. It was the game between Senegal and then Congo, and also the second one was Senegal and then Botswana.
Yeah.
So it means the Senegalese are there.
Yeah.
You understand?
Their numbers, their spectators went to Morocco, right?
Yeah. So it means that the North.
Yesterday they cleaned their space after there was no draw.
You see, they are learning from the Japanese. They are learning from the Japanese very well. Yeah. And like, it's okay. But the mere fact that a lot of. It's okay, let me continue where I was going. So, but were you not at the Accra Sports Stadium the last time the Black Stars played there?
No.
Okay. Me, I was there.
Okay. What did you see?
I was there.
So what did you see?
I was there. but quickly on the you want trouble for me. But quickly, so the goal
has been chalked off between
offside.
Spurs and Crystal Palace.
Offside.
Is offside.
Yeah.
So Spurs would have to start again. It's still being checked though. Or is okay? Yeah. So that's the verdict. Offside. Goalless between Spurs and Crystal Palace.
Yeah. So quickly, the top 10 games you mentioned, only 2 games had nations that were not North African. That goes a lot to tell you about the viewership or the attendance in the stadium. In the earlier game between Mozambique and Gabon, we saw the CAF president in the stands. He was watching the game in an empty stadium. He himself was not feeling the vibe. He was trying to take notes, but some of the notes were falling on the side of sleep. In an empty stadium. I think this is an opportunity for him, CAF president, using the power of football to try and break down those travel routes, restrictions, and challenges we have in Africa. We don't want a situation where the North Africans will then start to alienate themselves and say that they want to play their own tournament because their fans will attend.
And they can do it too.
And they can do it. And then the next one we'll have is West Africans, and then the Central and Southern Africa say they'll play their own tournament as well. It will bring division. So at least we should find a way to incentivize business owners to help open up routes that would ease travel.
Okay.
If rail is too expensive, we already have planes. Why do I need to fly from here, go to Doha, Qatar, and then now go to Morocco? Why? Why do I need to go outside Africa and come back to Africa to watch football?
I see. Conrad, you have anything to say on the spectators?
It's not really good. It's not really good. The transport and the means of transport in Africa here is one key thing. It's very worrying because the way the North Africans are able to watch their game, because it's being played at North Africa, and some of the West African countries are able to go. Some of them just moving some of their fans from wherever they are to Morocco is one key thing that they have to really check. I feel like maybe when it gets to this kind of point, CAF president, as he said, should be able to have some kind of deal with every club that qualified, every country that qualified, and try to either maybe what is the name, prices of tickets or prices of flights, should be reduced a bit, some kind of visa free, so that it will encourage people to move to those African countries very well. Because when this kind of incentives are done, that will push countries to go and watch their games in wherever they host. If they are even to host at Algeria, Egypt, they'll still get people trooping in, because maybe CAF president has been able to talk to every embassy of the teams that have qualified. That is the 23 teams that are adding the host nation to it that have qualified, so that at least they can get some reduction of flights and also some visa free, so that will make fans be able to troop in. And maybe the ticket prices too from the gate too should also be one key thing that you have to also check, because it feels like maybe the ticket price is also very high. When the ticket prices are very high, that will not even make people also go. So the way now FIFA has had to change from making people who have qualified, those in the who have qualified to the World Cup, they have a specific amount that they'll pay when they have to go and watch their games, and that is a very good thing from FIFA. So CAF can also introduce that kind of thing. Maybe if it's $20, $30, that every club that qualified or every country that qualified, this is the amount that your country needs to pay if you want to go and watch, so that you will have a very structured one for people to go and watch the AFCON. Because it's not nice that they are playing AFCON and the people watching the games are very few. It's not very nice. When you go to Euros, when you watch the Euros, we all see what happens. When you watch the Copa America, we see how fans troop in to watch all those Copa America games. So we should see the same thing when they are playing the AFCON, so that people will be able to troop in to watch their favorite countries.
Okay, all right. So that's the conversation around the AFCON. It's round 2, the group game. There's Algeria for you taking on Burkina Faso at 5:30, and then Ivory Coast will take on Cameroon at 8 p.m. For tomorrow, some more games coming up. Angola take on Egypt at 4 p.m. Zimbabwe will take on South Africa same time. Comoros up against Mali at 7 p.m. and Zambia will take on Morocco, the host nation, at the same time. That's 7 p.m. On Tuesday, it's Tanzania taking on Tunisia. Uganda will take on Nigeria. Benin up against Senegal. Botswana will play DR Congo at 7 p.m. 97.3. We still can call us 0539 986 996. Some few minutes to wrap up the show. Radio 97.3 and on YouTube City Sports GHA. So you can call us 0539 986 996. The Panthers of Gabon climb the tree. I'm Gabi Affair. 88 minutes played between Equatorial Guinea and Sudan. Sudan looking like wrapping up or picking up their first points at the tournament. Let's see if they can hold on to that clash against Equatorial Guinea and also boost their chances of qualifying to the tournament. For the PL, Crystal Palace is taking on Spurs goalless in that game. Hi, and then where are you calling us from?
Good evening, boss.
Good evening, my brother. How are you?
Fine. I want to know the result. Chelsea and Aston Villa.
It ended 2-1, please.
3-1.
It ended Chelsea lost to Aston Villa by 2-1.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome, my brother. 0539969996. Hi, anyone you calling us from? Hello. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, your name, where you calling us from, please?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Your name and where you calling us from?
Yeah, Gabi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I left out with one issue. I'm Yuma. Who just called?
Okay. What issue is that?
Yeah, I'm aware. The CAF is proposing the AFCON for to be played for 4 years.
Yes, it's already been confirmed.
Come again?
Yes, it's been confirmed.
Yes, please. Are they done with it, or they are so?
No, the president has spoken about it, so it's been confirmed. It's agreed. The next AFCON will be hosted by Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. Then after that, the 4-year cycle will start in 2028. The host nation is yet to be confirmed by CAF.
Oh, okay. So after this one.
Yeah. So after. Yeah. So after this AFCON. So after this AFCON, the next AFCON will take place in 2027.
Oh, okay.
3 nations hosting it. So Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda.
Tanzania. Okay.
Yeah, so when it ends, when that tournament ends, then the 4-year cycle will start. So right after 2027, there's another AFCON in 2028.
Okay.
But we don't know which country will host it.
Okay. So
yes.
Meaning the 4 years, it will be in 2031, God willing.
No, it will start in 2028, then 2032, 2036, in that order.
Oh, okay. In that order.
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah, because I think it's in a good direction, because I thought the 4 years, we will start the 4 years right from this 2025, meaning taking effect from 2029.
No.
Like it seems to me, it will be too early. Okay.
Okay.
So, what about the month? The month in which it will be played?
They are looking to take it to June, July.
Yes, that's better, my brother. That's better, because African players will leave Premier League. Okay, it's good. It's good. Our leaders are now thinking outside the box. So, Gabi, I'm grateful. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, my God bless you.
Never fall. The Warriors of Zimbabwe.
Let's take our final caller 0539 986 996 0539 986 996. I'm Gabi Ofe, the Republic of Football, live with 97.3. Our final caller, then we done.
Climb the tree. The scorpions sting with Gambia's pride, and the churches of Guinea-Bissau won't hide. Blow the vuvuzela out loud, flags are waving high in the sky.
All right, so 97.3. I'm Gabi Ofe. That game involving Sudan and Equatorial Guinea is almost about wrapping up. Sudan still with the lead against Equatorial Guinea.
African pride will prevail. One Africa, one goal.
Steady. I'll take quick thoughts, final thoughts from you, and Kwabena as well, and then we'll take the show home. Yeah.
So it's been exciting times. The AFCON is really not living up to its expectation like that, but a lot of players are trying to buy.
Okay. Steady, let me take this final caller. Hi, and where are you calling us from?
With Richard.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
Richard.
Richard, where are you calling us from, please?
From Santos.
Santo, talk to me, Richard.
Yeah. I want to talk about the AFCON. The AFCON there, they have to open it up for all the African countries. It is time that we open up. We are all the same what Mother Africa. So they have to open up so everybody can go like the way Ivorians did it, and people were there and they shared up their players. So the AFCON will be a nice place, and it will be a tourism center for all of us to travel through Africa freely. There should not be any problem.
All right, thank you so much.
The lions roar with mine.
All right, so I think that's our final call. I said you were saying something there.
I'm just saying that we want to see more from the AFCON. So far, only one goalless draw game. It means that we can't keep complaining about goals. The goals are coming, but with the direction in which the goals are coming and how some players want the sympathy of referees is where the problem lies for me.
Come down.
So far so good in the AFCON, but apart from spectatorship, I'm sure the rest of the games have been so good, and I'm just expecting more good games this evening. That is Algeria, Burkina, and Ivory Coast, Cameroon. That will be a brilliant games this evening.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Sedi Edmond and Kwabena Mafu. Sedi, you want to shout someone?
Yeah. So happy birthday going out to Rachel Ankoma. She's the founder and coach of Accra Majestics Sports Academy. And also she's the director of corporate communications for Ghana Rugby Football Union. Yeah, and she's also the women representative for Accra Rugby Association. Yeah,
I see.
so happy birthday. Happy birthday going out to her.
Top life.
Africa one goal. Feel the
That's a wrap for today's show, The Republic of Football 97.3.
to the show.
We'll back later tomorrow with Inside AFCON 2025
As one.
from 3 to 4 p.m.
Jando to
That game involving Sudan and Equatorial Guinea has also ended.
woman to song. Africa one mind sing.
So James Kwesiapia
Jando go.
and his players from Sudan
My Africa one mind.
are progressing to the next stage or are getting closer to qualifying to the round of 16. Yeah. Thank you so much for also calling and also texting, watching us on YouTube and then on Channel 1 TV as well.
The indomitable lions never fall.
Technical support from Desmond Nyako.
Of Zimbabwe stand tall. The flames of
I'm Gabi Affair. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll be back later on TV with Scorecard at 9 p.m. 9 to 10 p.m. So join myself and the guys for more football talk. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
Sting with Gambia's pride and the churches of